Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adobe Live. We are streaming live from San Francisco. Super excited to be here. My name is Kristen. I will be your host for the next hour alongside the very talented Charmaine Jennings. Hello, Charmaine.
Hi, Kristen.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're excited to see what you get into today. Before we dive into that, I just want to say hello to everyone joining us in our live chats on YouTube and or Behance. So we have Kino, Arby, Sayed, Keys, Ali, thank you so much for joining us. As a reminder, we are live. So if you have any questions or comments for Charmaine throughout the stream, make sure you throw those in the chat. We will get those addressed for you. We're super excited, Charmaine. Let us know a little bit about yourself, what you'll be working on today. Yeah. We're excited.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and so excited to meet you. If you guys don't know, we're both Canadian girlies.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be here with Kristen. As she said, my name is Charmaine Jennings. I am from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, and I do a whole bunch of things. So I have a digital marketing agency called Strategic Charm, where we do a lot of social media marketing for different clients in the fashion industry, finance, all different types of stuff. We also do like email marketing, other things like that. I also have a community of women in business that I run called Hustle and Charm. So with that one, we do a lot of events to help women get to their next level in business through workshops, panels, seminars. But we also do like fun events too. So we'll do like a pajama party. We'll do a bonfire, just like cool stuff like that. And then I also have, I guess, a personal brand that I'm kind of building up a little bit. So I started a YouTube channel a couple of years ago. I was really good at like keeping up with it, and then I kind of fell off. So this year I've been getting back into it. I was telling Kristen that I'm getting back into it because I love creating content, and I wanted to, just like jump back onto that YouTube train.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Super excited to get into what you'll be working on today. Let us know what projects we're diving into.
Okay. So right now we're going to be focusing on creating a new YouTube video. So I've been doing, like I said, a lot of traveling and whatnot. So the next video I have to edit is a Bali travel video, which I'm very excited for. So I did one a couple of weeks ago, just like my journey to Bali. So now I want to do the video of me actually in Bali and enjoying my time there. So I'm going to start that as a very brand new project. I always do all of my YouTube videos in Premiere Pro. I use that to edit everything. I feel like that's just, a good platform, has a lot of tools, and it's just very easy to use. So that's what we're going to be using today.
Amazing. And hello to Carol and Izzy, General and Clever, everyone in the chat. Izzy says, yay, Canada. Well, let us know where you're tuning in from. We would love to see that. Throw it in the chat. And yeah, it'd be exciting.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to start by adding in some of my clips here. Now, here is my full transparency, okay? I was telling Kristen earlier, I am not that person who is super like, oh, my files are here in this folder and that folder. I try to be that. It happens sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So we have to sometimes do a little digging to find where my content is, and that's just part of who I am and my journey.
Well, we like a realistic workflow.
Yes.
That's what we're all about here for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Clever says she's tuning in near San Antonio, Texas. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Amazing.
See, I'm already having issues, and it's just all my own.
Yeah.
My own doing here.
Well, it's a part of it. We just gotta find the stuff. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've lost files or like, where did I save that again? Like, it's saved somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're not quite sure where.
You're not sure.
Or sometimes you over-organize where you're just like, you organize it so well and then you totally forget which folder you put it in.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
It does happen.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching and you can see what I'm doing wrong, feel free to let me know. Because usually I just double click here and I open up my stuff. Okay, you know what? We're going to try something else here.
Plan B.
Plan B.
We love a good plan B.
You know what? We love a good plan B. Let me go here.
Awesome.
Okay. So let me just see. So as you can see, I have all of my different, well, you might not see, but I have a lot of my different clips in here that I have to go and look for. And I know I have some of them in here.
Awesome. Oh, someone is tuning in from the, so Noor says, or Noor, I hope I'm saying that right. Tuning in from the future, 8 p.m. here. Where are you? Let us know. Let us know where you are. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, tell us.
And so you're doing a Bali vlog, right? That's
I am, yeah.
Bali is on my bucket list. I would love to go to Bali one day. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
For sure. For those of us in the chat right now, let us know, where is your bucket list destination? We would love to know. So throw that in there. I feel like Bali's up there for me. I also really want to do Greece. Greece would be super fun.
I went to Greece last September. That was super fun too.
That'd be a blast.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun. It just looks so picturesque.
Kristen, I broke it. I did.
This is the reality of being live.
Why?
Why? What's going on?
And I swear, wait.
Oh.
I fixed it.
Yay. Okay. Good. Okay, perfect. There we go.
Good. We're back.
We're good.
We're trucking along here, guys. Bear with me. It's okay. It's one of those things where, like, when you're alone, you can do it fine. But in front of an audience, you're like, all of a sudden don't know how to do something you always do. But you know what? It is what it is. Can I make this bigger? Okay. All right. So actually, I've been traveling a lot lately. So most of these videos that I'm scrolling through here are from different trips. There's Bali in here, there's Greece, there's Paris, there's Germany, there's India, there's Dubai, there's a whole bunch. So these are all vlogs that I have to put together at some point. But Bali was the last one that, it's the next one in the sequence of ones I want to edit. So that's why we're starting with that one.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is like, part of my problem is, like, I just have so much in here, and that's why I want to be better organized with, like, all my files. I do have them set up somewhere, but I've been having a couple of issues with my computer, so.
Yeah.
But I do see the Bali stuff. We're here. We got it. We're going to choose some videos to import, and then we're going to get that started. And I know they start here, so and for me, I don't like to add in too many videos at once. I could go ahead and choose all of them if I really wanted to, but I like to start off with some because I get overwhelmed when I have too many videos in the queue. And as you can see, a lot of the videos, like the preview here, look very similar. So sometimes it's hard for me to differentiate which one goes first and what happened first. So I like to just do some, put them in, cut them up, organize them, and then I will add in more after the fact. Okay, so now that I have some of my clips in here, I just start dragging them into here. And that will begin my sequence. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear it or not. So I just got to the villa. It is so freaking beautiful. I can't wait to do a room tour. I say freaking a lot. I say everything's freaking beautiful, freaking nice.
That's too funny.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So then, so once I start adding in clips, I usually just kind of listen to it back. Sometimes when I'm filming something, I know that I'll stumble on my words or forget something, so I'll just start over again in that clip. So I have to find kind of the part of it that I want to keep into the video. So I just got to the villa. It is so freaking... And see, I don't think that's the first one, so I'm going to start here. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so then, now that I know that one goes first, I go here. And that's what I mean. So, like, these two, just looking at them, they look pretty similar. So I can't tell by looking at it which one was filmed first, which is why I don't put so many at once. Because imagine I had 12 videos that have the same kind of, like, look at the front. It would be very confusing for me. So,
yeah.
At least now I know this one here goes first.
Amazing. We have Cody Bear in the chat saying hello. Hello, Cody Bear. Also, Sean, howdy all. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're working in Premiere Pro. We're doing some video editing. Some vlog editing.
Yeah, so if you're not subscribed, I have 129 subscribers so far.
So if you want to be the 130th.
Exactly. It's a very new channel. It's a baby channel. Okay. So for me in Adobe Premiere, I'm very simple when it comes to the tools I'm using for editing. So I don't do anything too fancy, but usually I'll have to obviously adjust and like drag clips to figure out where I want them to start and end.
Awesome.
I think these are for me.
The magical headphones will appear.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, there's my beautiful voice.
There she is.
There she is. Yeah, exactly. I was telling Kristen, like, sometimes when I'm editing, like, hearing my voice on repeat so much can be a lot, but it is what it is. Okay. Just want to wait for it to end here.
And watch those, and don't forget to subscribe so you can watch all the next ones. I'm just here at the villa right now. I'm not going to do a full tour, I don't think, because I haven't seen it all yet, but I'll show you guys what I'm looking at.
Okay, so luckily that clip doesn't actually need any cutting. That was pretty good. So I'll go to the next one here.
Show you guys what I'm looking at. So I just got to the villa. It is so freaking beautiful. I can't wait to do a room tour for you guys in the next video. To close up this one, again, this video is just really showing you all the prep and this video really
See, that's what I'm looking for, right? So that's where I have to kind of go back and figure out where I made that mistake and then cut it up. So I have to listen to the last little bit again.
to close up this one, again, this video is just really...
So I think that's probably good. So usually when I do cuts like that, I'll use the razor tool, and I've stopped it where I want to cut that part out, and then I just go on top here, slice it up. I think I did it. Okay, and then listen back.
Showing you all the prep and
And then I go back a second. And then cut it here. Did I cut it or no? Nope, I didn't. Okay, so here, cut that. Perfect. And then I know this little middle bit is the part where I'm taking a break. So I'll take that out. And then move this to the last clip that I edited. And then I like to listen to the end of that last clip and the beginning of this one to make sure it flows together. So let's test that out.
to close up this one, again, this video is just really just showing all the prep and travel stuff for getting to Bali.
Okay, so I'm going to cut that a little bit.
To close up this one, again.
So we're going to move that back a little bit.
This really makes me appreciate people that run YouTube channels.
This is why I didn't do it for a long time. It's so much work.
There's a lot of work that goes
But
into video editing.
I do like it. I like it. Usually if I'm doing it, I'm on my couch, I put on like a TV show or a movie in the background that I've seen a million times that I don't have to focus on, and just kind of like veg out and get it done. It usually takes me, if I'm consistent with editing, it'll probably take me a couple of days to kind of get it done depending on the video and how long it's going to be. But if I have other things going on that might take me a bit longer. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Freaking beautiful. I can't wait to do a room tour for you guys in the next video. This video is really just showing all the prep
See, and that actually worked together. So like, even though I said it still goes together pretty well.
Room tour for you guys in the next video. This video is really just showing all the prep and travel stuff for getting to Bali. So as a summary, I had to fly from Winnipeg to Toronto to New York to Singapore to Bali, and then we got a ride here from the driver. And yeah, it was a long couple of days. Bali is 13 hours ahead of Winnipeg. So right now it's about 2:30 p.m. here, which means it's 1:30 a.m. in Winnipeg. So I don't feel jet lagged yet because I think
I'm just gonna skip ahead because I think this is the part of
we'll
my
arrive
other
on
video
time.
here.
But I don't want to take that risk, so I didn't.
My issue when I'm vlogging is that I talk too much. So it's always a lot of me talking to go
Passport,
through.
Obviously, I actually needed my boarding pass when I got to Bali as well, to show whoever for whatever reason. I don't know why. It was just like I went in and out so fast.
Okay.
No, but I did book premium economy, and yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave that for now. I'm definitely gonna come back to that.
Okay.
But I want to add in more clips so you're not just looking at me standing in this one spot for 45 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna try and go back here because I know my thing I want to do here was do the tour. So let me put this one in here. So I think obviously everyone has different styles when it comes to editing. I'm very much, I want to put in the body of the video first in Premiere. And once I have that pretty much done, then I will switch over to Adobe Express to make my intro video, my outro, and also my thumbnail. So I use a combination of the two. So I'm going to keep editing this for now, but then partway through I will switch over to Express to make the intro video and the other assets here.
Amazing. And based off of your computer wallpaper, I feel like your thumbnails are going to be amazing.
Okay, don't set the bar too high. Actually, no, I just designed like a new template for like my travel thumbnails, so I'm excited. Actually, I'm happy with it. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. We had Blue Worker Bunny in the chat asking, what is your channel name? Thank you so much, Cody Bear, for throwing that in the chat for us. So we've got that. So there's your 130th follower.
Thank you. It's just Charmaine-Jennings. Pretty simple. Yeah, pretty easy peasy. And again, it's a lot of travel stuff and just vlogs. So our ride dropped us off here, and then we just kind of go in through here, and it's so beautiful.
Wow.
So picturesque already. I love that there's a pool with a cute little fountain. So beautiful. Wow.
That is beautiful.
It is.
It
This
is
is nice
so hot
villa.
outside, like crazy humid. There's a balcony. That's our room. Me and my roommate Lucy are in that room. It's just the outside.
Okay, so that clip is fine as is, so I'll drag that over and we'll add in the next one.
So do you ever do like transitions? So I know like the first bit you're speaking, you're talking, and then you're kind of going into like a tour. Do you do like transitions in between, like, you know, those fun animations or?
Not usually.
Yeah.
But only like I incorporate like kind of that fun stuff into my intro clip.
Okay.
But not so much in the body of my videos.
Right.
Not that I don't like them or that I don't think there's a place for them there, but mine are very, like, I want you to feel like you're there with me.
Right. It's very organic.
Very organic, right? So if I'm spinning in and spinning out,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
It gives it a different feel, which is not bad, but yeah, I want you to feel like you're just there with me.
Right.
Our room is right here.
It's funny because my mom also has a YouTube channel that she's kind of working on, and she's all about the animations. And my family and I actually get together like once a month to like talk about our content stuff because we all have different like YouTube channels and Twitch and all that kind of stuff and just kind of supporting each other. And I told her that I like her animations, but she puts in so many. She'll put in like 6 into one clip. I'm like, okay,
That's a lot.
it's like getting a little distracting. I'm like, take out like 3 elements and then you're good to go.
Outside. And our room is right here.
Wow.
So me, my roommate.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to keep adding in a couple. Again, I'm not going to edit this into completion. I just want to kind of show you guys a glimpse of like my process here, but that's pretty much what I do is like I'll just kind of keep adding in clips. Once I've gone through like whatever 10 clips I've added to the side here, then I'll go back and add some more in because it's just easier for me than having them all in there all at once. So
Right.
makes it a bit easier.
So when you come in,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
you're right. in
Yeah,
the
so this
kitchen
trip
right
was like
away.
it was with like a travel group.
Very
I'm in
nice,
a
very
group
nice.
called Travel BFF on Facebook,
I'm
so it's a bunch
loving
of
the
women
vibes
who
so
just
far.
want to
The
travel but like
trip's
don't have people who want to travel with them or are able to. So they collaborated with like a travel company and then put this whole trip together. So I stayed with a bunch of people I've never met before, but luckily it worked out. It was fun.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
When you're editing these vlogs, like, are you trying to keep it under a certain amount of time?
Not really. Like, it kind of depends. I have a couple of blogs that are like 50 minutes just because
Okay.
there's so much in there.
Right.
But I am I would like to keep them under 30 minutes if possible. And then once it hits the 30-minute mark, I would go to like, you know, make a part 2 type of thing.
Right.
So that's kind of what I did a little bit with this one. So the first video I edited, it was it was just my journey to get to Bali. Again, just taking all the 4 different flights and the trains and everything. And then that one was like an 8-minute video, just like super quick. So it kind of gives people a chance, like for people who just want to see that travel aspect and kind of get an insight as to how long it takes to get somewhere and like that kind of thing. And then people who just want just the Bali content can watch this one.
Right.
So it's not too overwhelming.
I'm so excited to be here. In case you missed it.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now here, let me see. And you don't have YouTube. You said, hey, you're not like a YouTuber.
No, but I'm on YouTube all the time though. Like, to be 100% honest, like I love watching vlogs. I love to know what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
So I love watching like, daily vlogs. I have my favorite vloggers. I love watching Adobe Lives. It's not a shameless plug. Like, that's real. Like,
yeah.
I live and die by Adobe Lives. So yeah, I'm a huge YouTube fan, but I don't have my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm trying to keep up with Instagram.
I know. There's so many.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I am going to do here is I'm going to add in some text because I like to let people know. Let me see here. I wonder if I mess with my settings somehow because things are just looking a little different than they normally do. But
Isn't that
okay.
the way it goes? Yeah.
It is. Like I said, I do this all the time, but because I'm doing it live, like all of a sudden it's it's different.
It's
but
just
that's
different.
You know what? It is what it is.
Yep. That's it.
There we go. Okay, so here we go. So I want to add in some text here. So I always write where I am. Oops. And I don't do anything fancy with my text. I'm very simple. I'm very minimal. I'm very simple. As you can probably tell too, I'm very much like very simple with the tools I use. Not that I don't know there's so many other elements to incorporate or different ways to do things. I also am still learning too. Like I'm always learning more about the platforms I'm using and how to use the tools to my advantage, but more often than not, I'm very simple. I just want things, clean and easy to understand, easy to follow, and easy to kind of take in. So,
yeah. No, and I feel like that's super relatable. I feel like a lot of people are still learning or dipping their toes into new programs.
Yeah.
This is just your reminder, like, just start somewhere. You don't need to have all these fancy transitions or, effects, special effects. Like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Put your footage in, throw some text on it, upload it, see how it performs, and just keep learning the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Okay. Yeah, so I'll add in some text after like a little bit and let people know where I'm at.
Not from Winnipeg, but from Bali, Indonesia.
So I don't want the text to appear before I say the word Bali, so I want to adjust that a little bit.
Nice.
Make sure that's the right spot for it.
From Bali.
Okay, so let me bring it back here.
And I am coming to you not from Winnipeg, but from Bali, Indonesia. I'm so excited to be here. In case you missed it, I did do another video where I showed you all of my Bali prep and actually getting
So I'll
to
just
Bali.
leave that there for
Go ahead
now.
and watch those.
And then I'll probably add in some more text here, actually. So I always like to put the date too. I just need to remember when this was.
Oh, smart. Very smart. We have Kane in the chat saying, good morning. Good morning. Well, depending on where you're tuning in from, it's morning for us here in San Francisco. Let us know what time it is for you, wherever you're tuning in from. We've got a lot of different people tuning in from different places. So let us know in the chat.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
What time is it in Vancouver?
You know what? This is one of the wonderful things about coming to San Francisco is it's the same.
Oh, it's the same.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you guys are so close.
Yep, it's the same.
You're
yeah,
so close.
Yeah, it's nice. We're in our PST. So yeah.
Yeah, because Winnipeg, we're central, so we're 2 hours ahead. So
right.
My brain is saying it's 11:30.
Right.
When it's 9:30 here.
Yeah, it's always an adjustment for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adjusting to the time and all of that.
Yeah.
And so we are, what are we? We are 25 minutes into the stream, so
Okay.
we are a little under halfway.
Okay.
And as a reminder to those of you who may have joined us late, this is Charmaine Jennings.
Hi.
She is a woman of many things. If you missed it, watch the replay and you can see her intro there. But she is working on editing a vlog where she goes to Bali. And we are in Premiere Pro right now, but we will be transitioning over to Adobe Express in a few minutes.
Awesome. Okay.
August 19th. Oh, yeah. It would have been quite hot, hey?
2022, it was
Yeah.
very hot. Very hot. But see, again, 2022, as you guys know, it's 2024 right now. But I just have because a part of me was like, maybe I won't do these ones. They're so like, they were so long ago. But I filmed it all. It happened. And plus, I feel with YouTube, it's not even just about, like, my goal isn't even really to, like, become a crazy YouTuber with, like, millions of followers. But even just having content I can look back on. And experiences like this, like traveling like to such a far, beautiful destination, I want those memories and I want to be able to kind of look back on it and like share it with friends and family and whatnot. So even though this trip was 2 years ago, I still want to put it up. I still want to get it out there. And I think it could still be helpful to people who might be traveling now.
Right.
I'm so excited to be here. In case you missed it, I did do another video where I showed you
see
all
where
my
that one
Bali
ends
prep
up
and
here.
actually getting to Bali and that kind of thing. So make sure you go ahead and watch those. And don't forget to subscribe so you can watch all the next ones. I'm just here at the villa right
Okay,
now.
so
I'm
yeah,
not
so
gonna
I'll
do a
leave the
full
date
tour,
there
I
for
don't think,
now.
'cause I haven't seen it all.
And leave it like that. Okay. And then before I move over to Adobe Express, I'm just going to add in the rest of the clips that are already in here. And then we'll keep trucking along here.
Awesome. We have Alejandro in the chat saying hello. Hello, Alejandro. And Jeff says, hello, I am here for the Express content, which is awesome because we're about to dive into that. There's a lot of that in the coming streams too. So hang out with us, Jeff. We're excited to have you here.
Absolutely. And for me, I feel like that's a part, like, again, I've been using this for a while, but like I feel more comfortable in Express. I think video editing in this way is still newer to me. It is something I learned when I was in college, but coming back to it is, been an experience for sure.
Right.
But I like using a Premiere Pro because I just feel like it has all the tools you need, and you can make it as simple or as intricate as you want, depending on your preferences here.
Right.
Now, sometimes I don't like adding too many of these like short clips together because, as you can see, they get really, really small here. And sometimes I edit the wrong thing. So if I see like really small clips, sometimes I'll just highlight them. I'll move this group over and then I can kind of take a look at that smaller one and just see what it is and what I have to do with that little piece there, because that one's easy to miss. This is when people accidentally leave in things they don't want in a video because the clip is so small and they have that sliver and then it gets in there and people are like, oh, what was that? And then they get canceled.
We want to avoid that.
Yeah, so you gotta look at those small little clips just to make sure it's nothing crazy. Okay, see, that clip is too short to be purposeful, so I'll just get rid of that, actually. Okay, so I'll get rid of that. And then move some of these back over here.
We have Robert in the chat saying, hi, Charmaine.
Hi, Robert.
Oh, yes. Hello, Robert.
Okay. Let me just see here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we went to a beach club. That was the first thing we did, is went to a beach club. I think Finn's is like the more popular beach club in Bali, and because Bali is so close to Australia, we met so many Australians at this
Oh,
this
cool.
little beach club here. Super fun. Okay, you know what? Let me just put all these over here. I'm gonna move that over. And then I think we'll leave it at that for now for the Premiere part, and then I'll move over to Express.
Amazing. Excellent. Well, yeah, we're halfway through the stream, a little over halfway through the stream. So it's a perfect time to transition over to some of our favorite tools.
Yes.
Adobe Express. Love some Adobe Express.
If I can.
Yeah. We're going to get through this. Don't worry.
You know what? It's going to happen, you guys. Don't even worry about it at all. Just give me 1 second here.
We'll refresh. So sometimes a good old refresh helps.
I don't know why. Let me see. I might have to close this.
And see how it goes.
Yeah. Again, things that don't normally happen are going to happen right now.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what else to... Let's see here. I know I'm connected to the internet. Or maybe I'm not.
Let's double check and make sure.
Yeah.
Well, for now, we're in my Adobe Express. Look at that.
So how about you make my thumbnail?
Yeah.
That would be fun. Surprise me and make my thumbnail and I'll see if it's...
Yeah. Kate says Murphy's Law 100% whenever you're doing something live.
Like,
yeah. Things just happen.
that's just the way it goes.
Things just happen.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
But if you're not familiar with Adobe Express, this is the interface here. And if you haven't heard, there is Adobe Express Mobile that is now officially launched. If you are not using that, highly recommend. For those of you that have to make social media content or like to make social media content or any kind of content, really, it's just the mobile app has been a complete game changer for me personally. Yeah. But yeah, okay, we're back. We're back online.
We're back. We got it.
Excellent.
We got it.
Great.
Okay, so now we're on my Adobe Express. Kristen did not make my thumbnail, but that's okay. So I'll actually kind of show you. Let me see. So I was telling Kristen I actually made a new thumbnail for some of my travel videos that I just have over here. So I'm going to open the one I did for the last vlog I did. So like I said, the first vlog was just travel to Bali with me, and then this one is going to be the actual Bali vlog. So this is the one I made before, and I do like this one. What I'm going to do is, let me see here. Actually, I might just go back to my home here. I guess I could have done it there too, but I don't want to get rid of the one that I already made just in case I need it again. So I'm just going to go back here. I could have done it there too, but I'm just going to duplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to say official. If I can spell it.
Famous last words. Whenever we name something official or final.
Final.
I don't know.
Official really just means the first draft. But at least this will help me differentiate between the first one I did and this one. So we'll see. So with thumbnails, I like to make sure they pop because obviously that's what's going to attract people to watch your video, something that's going to pop a little bit. But I want it to still be me and kind of like on brand. And I also want it to kind of relate to obviously the destination that I'm in. So I want that vibe. So when I made this one, I did have some pictures from Bali, obviously, that I could use as a background. But I like the options that Adobe Stock had better. So I just typed in Bali and or Bali Beach, I think I typed in, and then that's where I got this photo from and a couple other ones as well. And then I just added some other elements too. So for this one, I think I'm probably going to do the same thing and find another Bali stock photo. So let me just see here. I'm going to type in Bali and see what comes up.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, the gates of heaven. So I actually did go to this. This is really beautiful. It was interesting because you weren't allowed, like if you're a woman, you weren't allowed to show like your arms or different things. So we had to like rent little outfits because we were not dressed appropriately for it.
Wow.
And I remember they're saying that you can't kiss either because of course, if you're a couple, there's couples there who wanted to like do like cute little kissy photos, but right away they're like, no. So I remember some of that, but let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to try a different image though. Okay, so the gates of heaven are beautiful. Even though I'm using stock photos, I do want to try and find something that like I've seen or that like kind of resonates with me somehow, just so it does feel more relatable. So that is an option. Actually, this here is also at the gates of heaven. It's right behind what you just saw, so it's right there. But you know what? I think what a lot of people think about when they think of Bali is the Bali swing, which they have many of, but I'm going to type in Bali swing. And then Ooh, pretty. Okay. So maybe I'll use this one. Ooh, pretty. Okay, you know what? I have a picture of me on a swing. Let me find a picture of me. Because I think that might be...
As a personal
might
touch
as well.
to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let me just
sure.
find it. If I can't find it, then we'll leave that for now. But I do have a picture. I actually wore a hot pink dress for my swing photo. So I'll see if I can find that.
Yeah, it looks beautiful there. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. Highly recommend. You said you want to go to Bali too, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I want to go anywhere tropical.
Right?
Anywhere tropical, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'd love to go.
Why not?
Oh, there we go. That
There
looks
we
like
go.
a pink dress.
Yeah. Let's try this one and see if I like that. Yes. Okay. It's a contender.
Cute.
We'll leave that for now and we'll see how I feel about it. But at least that's in place there. And then I always like to have a picture of me here as well.
Why not?
So we're going to find another picture of me from that same trip.
Perfect. Yeah, I feel like whenever people include like portraits or self-portraits in their thumbnails or Instagram posts or social media posts, it's a lot more engaging. Obviously, it's a lot more personal, and so it's always nice to see those
absolutely
up there.
I think sometimes too, when you see a picture of someone, you immediately can kind of tell if you vibe with them or if you feel like, you know what I mean, they would have the same type of experiences on this trip that you would, and then that will make it more valuable as a video for you to watch.
Right.
So let me just see. Okay, so like I said, I have a lot of pictures of me at the gates of heaven. Let me pick this one here.
Jeff says, sorry to be a buzzkill, but I would rather go to a colder climate. You know what?
Who said that?
Jeff said that. But you know what? I feel that too. Like, I do feel that too. There's some pretty beautiful places in the world that have a colder climate that aren't super, humid or hot or any of that.
That's fair.
That's fair. Northern Canada can be very beautiful.
Well, I feel like if you live in a hot climate already, then you want to travel somewhere colder. Personally, I don't like being too hot, if I'm being honest. I do prefer to be colder if possible. But if it's a short trip, I can handle it. Right.
I feel like if you're close to water, it's fine. Like that makes a difference. If you have a pool or ocean or lake access.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to remove the back. I like the background, but I want to remove it just because I want it just to be just me there. So let's see. Oh, so cute.
I love that. It looks like you're holding up the photos. Yeah. It looks so good.
I like that.
That's cute.
Okay.
The background remover tool has saved my life many, many times. It's my favorite.
Oh, for sure.
It's got to be one of my, it's up there. It's top 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
Features.
It's super handy, and I feel like with Adobe Express, it's so intricate because I've had other programs I've tried that have a similar type of background remover, but like part of my face is removed, or there are things that aren't removed that are kind of like still lingering in the background, and this one is pretty crisp, and like Kristen said, I like that it kind of looks like I'm holding up these photos. Just here. So I do like that. Do I like this photo though? No. So we're actually going to change it real quick. We're going to find a different one of me from that trip. And we'll put that in there.
Okay. There we go.
It always says no media found first, and then it adds in the thousands of media that is in there. Media. Yeah. All the media.
Has to put in some work.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I just want to find something a bit simpler. Fun fact, I got a tattoo at a bar in Bali just randomly.
As you do.
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't actually at the bar. So, like, the bar, they had on Thursdays or Wednesdays, I can't remember what day, but they had, I think it was, you buy a cocktail for $10 and you get a free tattoo.
Oh.
And then they were so busy, so I didn't have a chance to get my tattoo there, but the lady said, I'll come to your villa tomorrow and do it. I'm like, okay, perfect. So she did. So I appreciated that. Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous.
I was going to say it was a risk. Okay. I took a risk. But luckily, my palm tree tattoo is still securely on my ankle, and
Nice.
I didn't have any issues afterwards.
Aw.
You know, we just try things and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, this might be fun.
Those
Let
look
me
like
see.
really nice colors.
Yeah, let me try it. Oh, see, this is my issue. They don't want to open because they're saved as HEIC files. That's why they don't want to open. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I can convert that, but I will just find a different photo for now.
Right.
Yeah, there's a tattoo if you can
Oh,
see it. Yeah. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Okay, you know what? Let's leave the one I have here for now since that one was up there, and then I'll figure that one out after. I do want to change the color because that was the color of the last one, and I want to switch it up a bit. So let me just click on the layer here so I can change just that color. And maybe we'll do, maybe we'll do like a hot pink since it matches the dress. And we'll see how I like that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eye-catching for sure.
Right?
Yep.
I'm just going to deepen it a little bit. Okay. There we go. It's Kristen approved. So it works for me.
Anything pink is always going to be Kristen
Yeah,
approved.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay. And then I think we'll change this one too then. And so we'll just use that same pink. Perfect. Okay. Kristen, what should I call this? Or what do you guys think I should name this one? That's part of my issue too, is like trying to think of like good titles for my YouTube videos. Ones that people are going to search for. So you get that good SEO, but ones that also, just sound fun, right? Like,
yeah. That's a good point with SEO and all of that. I don't know if I were looking up. Oh yeah. I don't know. A Bali
Adventures.
Bali
must
vlog.
sees.
Yeah, must see. And Bali, or what to do in Bali, something like that, or must visits.
I like the must see. You guys let us know if you have any other suggestions. I'd be happy to hear. Hear some of those. I think that would be cool.
Put those in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I would look at. I'd look up like top Bali restaurants.
Right?
That's what I would look up personally.
Fair. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. I'm going to switch out these photos with some other ones here. Okay. Let's type in Bali again. And actually, I will do the Gates of Heaven in one of these. Okay, and then in the other one, I'll switch that out too.
Nice.
It's coming together.
It is coming together. It's looking great.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What I love about this too is with like the resize feature in Adobe Express as well. Like you can build this out. You have it made for a YouTube thumbnail that you can resize for Instagram, whatever, Twitter, X, any of that. So it's really nice that you can resize it. So you're kind of doing like the work now.
Yeah.
You're front loading the work now, but then you can resize and optimize for other social media platforms too.
And that's what I did with my last video. So like, let's pretend this one is done and we got the title and everything in there. So all I would just do is like, I go on the resize, and I always want to share it to my Instagram stories. So I pick that one, and then let's see. I also like to do it on Instagram portrait. So anytime I post anything to my feed, I always do portrait instead of square, because portrait just shows up better on people's devices, and it just takes up more of that space. So it's easier to notice and engage with. So I do Instagram portrait, Instagram story. I think I can do both, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
Duplicate and resize. Nice.
There we go.
Yeah. And then you just go and make your adjustments as you need to.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly, right? So if I went like this one here is the story. So I just have to kind of change things a little bit, right? So if I, let's see. So I can just kind of reset that as a background so it covers the whole thing as opposed to just a little bit. And then often what I'll do is I'll group things together to move them around, just so the orientation and everything kind of stays. I don't think I have the plane, but that's okay. We'll just group that, and then I'll move that up here maybe, and then make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, so at least like I don't have to start it from scratch and make a whole new design suitable for stories or other social media elements. I can just play around with what's already there, move it, and adjust it to my liking.
Right. Awesome. And Keys says, I really want to know more about those do's and don'ts of Bali. Maybe that could be a title.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a great title.
Do's and don'ts.
Love that.
That's a good one. I like that, actually.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Barbara says, hi, Kristen. Hi, Robert.
Yeah, so again, I can update the story a little bit. I can go back here and see my other ones. And if I want to update the one for my Instagram feed, same thing. So usually what I just simply do, you can move this around as needed, but like I usually just attach the background first and then just set it as a background again. It just makes it a lot easier as opposed to having to kind of move it around. And then same thing, just kind of group things together. And then I can just move it all some of it.
Yeah.
Move it, group it, move it, and then we're good to go. That way everything matches. I think when it comes, like it isn't just my personal content, so if things aren't exactly matchy, it's not the biggest deal, but you want things to be visually consistent across all of your platforms, because I want someone to see my YouTube and my TikTok and my Instagram and recognize it as the same person, as the same brand, as the same vibe. So that's why it's so nice to be able to use that quick and easy resize tool for all the platforms you want. And then having everything right here that you can see and make your adjustments. Like, I love that so much. And it's something I always do, not just for my personal stuff, but for my marketing agency as well. That's how we do things too. So
definitely. This orientation is a great way to plan your grid too.
Exactly.
Yeah, just seeing everything, how they sit beside each other.
Absolutely. Again, yeah, especially with Instagram. Yeah, I'm a big advocate for having some visual consistency on your grid. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like, again, you want people to recognize your graphics and your designs as the same brand and part of the same company, the same person. And sometimes if I don't plan it out like this, I will have contrasting images and graphics together. Not the end of the world, but again, I am trying to have that visual consistency. So this helps me make sure that everything is being laid out in a way that I'm gonna like on my grid here.
Right. Perfect.
All right.
So we have about just under 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, under 10 minutes left of the stream. Again, if you are just joining us, hello, hi, welcome. We still have a lot more stream to go, but this is Charmaine Jennings, and she is in Adobe Express right now, and she is building out her thumbnail for her YouTube vlog to Bali.
Yes.
And as a reminder, if you're not already subscribed to the Adobe Live YouTube, make sure you do that. Hang out with us. You want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of this awesome, fun content. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the video intro I use for my last video. Again, the last YouTube video I did was just the journey to Bali. So this is the intro I created with that one, and I really like this one. I like it because I can include 3 different clips that they might see in that video. So that is something, and that's just like the end kind of card that I created for that one too. So I want to do that one. I think I want to do this template again. I think that's what I want to do. Let me just think here. Yeah, I would say so. Actually, you know what? I didn't want to do that. I don't know why I like just duplicating things from here instead of in there, because then I have it as completely separate. So let me just kind of go back here and do that.
Just goes to show everyone's got their own workflow. That
Yeah.
kind of rhymed. kind of accidentally rhymed.
Also calling this the official.
Yeah.
That's all good. Okay, so I'm just going to edit the timeline here. And then let me go to here. So I should have used different videos for my first intro because I really like these clips. And I can't use them again, but that's fine.
Right.
We're going to find other ones here. So let's start with replacing the one in the middle, because that one's going to be the focus here. So let me just see. I have to go to my iCloud here.
Finding all the clips.
Finding all the clips. That's the thing I was saying before. Like, it's just something about my computer is just like, or just maybe it's just me. I have no idea what it is, but yeah, just trying to find all the things here. Okay.
The process.
Yeah. That's crazy. Don't worry, I'm doing another live stream at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it'll be much smoother. So come join for that one too. We're doing something different for that one, so it'll be good.
That's a realistic workflow. We all like to see it. It's kind of refreshing sometimes to see what someone's actual workflow looks like, as opposed to having everything super organized and prepared. So
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that for sure. Let me just.
I also love the selection of like stock videos too.
Yeah,
that they have. Like, there's some really, really beautiful ones.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done stock videos before for other content, and it's helpful because sometimes, again, maybe you're making a video about Bali, but you haven't actually been there, and you don't have your own clips, right? So you can find something pretty easily that will look similar to what you're looking for here, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah. So if I wanted to, I could just go like, let me see. So there's a bunch of like different categories for videos here already.
Yeah.
And then again, you could just type in, like I would just type in. Let me type in Bali again and see what videos come up. Okay, so
some pretty good ones.
There's a good selection here. So maybe, let's see, let's just choose anyone here. I kind of like this one. Oh, the monkeys. There was a lot of monkeys in Bali.
Monkeys are so fun.
They are fun. But you know what? They were stealing people's stuff. They were stealing people's sunglasses, taking their masks off. They're fun, but they can be a little sneaky. But they're cute. I love monkeys. They're adorable.
I feel like animals are a great way to get engagement.
Yeah.
Throw some animals in a video.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. That's really fun.
Okay, let's find another one here to replace this one. Actually, I like this one.
Ooh. An aerial shot.
Yeah, and that's something I couldn't get. Like, I was there, but I couldn't get that myself, right? So at least I can incorporate some other elements that add some visual intrigue.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really nice. I like editing videos. I've never tried to edit a whole YouTube video in Adobe Express, but I do like the video editing features because it's just so easy to kind of move things around and replace things, and you can see your timeline down here, which is super helpful. And yeah, it just makes it easy to get your content together, which I like, and I can make things shorter as needed, kind of switch it up as I want to.
Yeah, and doing it on the mobile app too is really handy because most of the time you have your content on your phone. That's usually where you're capturing it from.
Yeah.
And so it's already there. Which is really nice as opposed to having to airdrop it or put it on your computer. So you can just go on the mobile app, go ahead, plug in all of the clips, and then go ahead and add your transitions.
Exactly.
And edit there.
No, that's so true. So with this one, I had, when I made the title of the other one, an animation in there. So as you probably can see, I'll do it again so you can watch it back. But I had it pop in and I had it bounce a little bit and then kind of pop out. So I might switch that up for the next one. I know we have a couple of minutes left here.
We do, yes. We have about just under 2 minutes left of the stream.
So I can kind of change the duration of how long the animation goes for. I can kind of change the direction of where... Oh, I clicked on this part. Okay, we can animate that too. So
sure, why not?
We're animating the border. Why not? I don't think I animated it for the last one, so that'll be a little bit different. But I like you can kind of change how it comes in. You can change the duration of how long the animation happens for. And there's some other ways to kind of switch it up a little bit, which is nice too. So,
right.
Again, these are the things that I'll do here in Express, because I know you're asking me before if I do transitions and whatnot in Premiere, and I don't really, but here's where I kind of have a bit more fun in that kind of creative way, is with the animations that I can add into my content here.
Right. Add some personality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I like that.
Perfect.
And there's also music in here too. That's another thing I really like about Express is that there's a lot of stock audio as well. So not just music, but like sound effects and whatnot. So if you're looking for something that isn't, kind of blocked by like royalties and that kind of thing, you can do stock
Commercially
video. Yeah, exactly.
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial use audio, which is fantastic.
So I'm not sure if you're able to hear it or not, but
There we go.
there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I did this before, I just typed in tropical, and then Summer Pop Tropical came up. I'm like, okay, that's perfect, and it sounded like the right vibe, so I like that.
Amazing. Okay, well, that brings us to time. I just want to say thank you so much, Charmaine. This has been so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate you walking us through your Premiere Pro process, as well as your Adobe, as well as your Adobe Express process. It's been so much fun. We have a whole lot of streaming to go still, so make sure you stay tuned. Thank you all so much for joining us in the chat, and we will be right back. See you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to another stream. We didn't give you all too much of a break, so I hope you all are doing well. My name is Idara Ekpoh. I'm going to be the host for today's stream, and we have Kristen Driscoll here with us.
Hello.
She was in this seat before.
Yeah. Big trip. Moving over.
Big trip. So welcome. I hope y'all have been here, and I hope y'all will stay with us throughout the remainder of the day. We'll be here until 1 p.m. Pacific time. If you are in the chat, go ahead and drop where you are joining from. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you subscribe from the YouTube channel. And I'm really, really excited today because I think we're doing a lot of really cool things.
I hope so.
I think, Kristen, so talk about what you have for us. I'm hearing a little bit about Illustrator, Firefly, Express. What do we got cooking up for us today?
Amazing. Okay, well, first, hi, everybody. My name is Kristen. I am a brand and web designer based out of Vancouver, Canada. Super excited to be here with you guys. I'm a very proud Adobe Express ambassador as well. So, of course, we have to touch in Adobe Express later on throughout the stream. But today, we are actually going to be diving into a bit of a branding project. And we're going to be utilizing Firefly to create mockups. We're going to also use Adobe Illustrator to show how the mockup feature works, as well as Adobe Express to create some other elements that will help build out the brand.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
So a little snippet right here. I love anyone that can do branding because I think branding is just such an incredible art. And so I'm really excited for this because me and branding we don't align.
Yeah.
We do not align. So I'm really excited to see how this is all going to come together.
I am so excited. It's going to be super fun. And also, we want all of the interaction in the chat right now.
Please.
I'm going to be asking some questions, and hopefully we can get you guys to come in and give us some cool smoothie recommendations because we are working with a smoothie brand. This is completely fictitious. This is not a real client. But we're manifesting it by putting it out there.
Yes,
so
it's coming. If you have a smoothie brand and you need Kristen, hit her up.
if it's a smoothie brand and you're in Venice Beach. Then hit me up. Okay, so just I kind of want to do a quick overview of what my process looks like. And I would like to say that this is because I'm on Adobe Live. It's not. This is genuinely how I operate. I'm pretty type A. So I do like to have things in front of me a lot just so I can pull reference. So I have the business details here. I've got some taglines and slogans that I've kind of thought up, as well as some illustrations I want to work with, type information, logos, and all of that. So, and then of course I put notes in here for what I want to actually cover. But yeah, so this is kind of the base information. So the brand itself is called Soul Shine, and Soul Shine is a very fun, bright, almost tropically smoothie bar that's got really fun smoothie flavors based in Venice Beach. So we're talking surfer, waves, all of that fun
perfect
stuff.
Perfect for this season too. Very, very perfect for this coming into summer season.
Exactly. So I always start with, this would be what I call the strategy on the left-hand side. Then we go into type exploration. So I have a bunch of different type here. And I honestly, it was really hard to kind of choose one. It always is. Yeah. But I kind of narrowed it down. There were a lot more than this, probably 4 times more than this.
Oh, wow.
But it was narrowed down. And so the one I went with, in case anyone's curious, they're all Adobe fonts, by the way.
Oh, love that. Okay, perfect.
We love an Adobe font.
Yes, we do.
So this one is Cheesecake Black, in case anyone is curious. It's got a lot of personality. I think it might even be new in Adobe fonts, if I'm right about that. I'm not entirely sure, but I think
I have a question,
is.
actually.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be asking questions about
please do.
because
Please do.
I'm just so intrigued.
Yeah.
When you're starting your process, so you said you narrowed this down.
Yeah.
How long was that list before?
Yeah.
Are you just picking random fonts and just kind of writing out the name of the brand and just seeing what sticks to you? Or do you have an idea of a group of fonts you want to use? How do you at least know where to start?
That's such a good question. I would say for my process is I actually tie personality traits to fonts. So certain, as you can see, the ones I have here, they're fun.
Yeah.
They're not serious, right? There's a lot of let's just close that. Don't start with me. Not the there's a lot of, serif in here. It's not sans serif. It's not too serious.
Yeah,
so I think with practice and with time, you start to kind of tie personality traits to a certain type. I also use Adobe fonts. Hence, these are all Adobe fonts. And Adobe fonts allows you to filter by, it says like friendly or cursive or sans serif or serif. And I'll just type in, like you said, the brand name and kind of go through it and be like, which one is speaking to me? And if any of them make me stop scrolling, I'll save it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If I stop for a minute to look at a font, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go in here. I'll plug it in. And like I said, I clean this up a lot. There was like 4 times this amount. And then from here, I just further go into, okay, like I go back to my strategy. Which one do I feel would be, fun, simple? I kind of wrote in here chunky, right? Because we think about a smoothie and they're thick, right? So there's some strategy involved in when you're selecting a font. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Of course.
I just love how the strategy behind it. It's not just by accident. You're very intentional about what you're choosing and the decisions you're making, even down to just the font of the brand name. So that's really great.
Yeah, when I was a newer brand designer, I'd say that I kind of went off of what looked nice. But now it's definitely based off of strategy, which is great. So yeah, and then from here I wanted to go to look at other type expiration for the smoothie bar part of the name. So Soul Shine Smoothie Bar. I also like to build out what could potentially look like a nav. So like a website, just to see what other type I would like. What I think would work, and I also build that out into copy as well. So what could copy look like on a website or on a social media or any of that, just so I can further. I really like to explore all the type. Oftentimes I find that it's just we're focusing on the logo itself, but I like to look at the whole entire picture, the entire identity.
Oh, I love. And we actually have a couple of questions.
Ooh, yes.
In here. So I think Alessandra probably just joined, so she's asking, what is this title of the stream? What are we doing? So it is called Photo to Post, and so we can kind of cover what we're doing again, just real briefly, and then also Keys is asking you to kind of tell us more about brand personality traits.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess the way I think about a brand is I think about a person. So think about how you would describe somebody else or yourself even. Maybe it's easier to describe yourself. So for an example, are you bubbly? Are you cheery? Are you serious? Are you unserious? Are you casual? Are you formal? Like that type of thing. And so I really try and picture this brand as a person. Then that way I'm able to build out what those added features could be, whether it be type or all of that. So traits, I would kind of connect to the same thing I would do as a person. So yeah, when you're giving somebody else a trait, I think of it the same way.
Oh, I love that. Okay,
yeah, there's a million different descriptive words for that, but yeah. And yeah, down here I have also like built out buttons as well. I really like I said, I like to build out the entire type identity just to see what it could look like, different buttons that you would see on a website typically or some kind of app. And that brings us over here. So we had some expiration.
Wow. I love color. I'm a color gal, and so this is doing something to me. Oh, I love it.
I'm a color person too. If you follow me on Instagram, shameless plug at Not a Graphic Designer.
There you go. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Thank you very much.
There's a lot of color for sure. Yeah. So I do not shy away from color. And so actually we'll be covering color in a few minutes here, but I have different logo variations here. So I kind of like the idea of it kind of going up like this on an arch, have it horizontal, added in the smoothie bar, as well as we've got the established dates, or year rather, 2024. And then I also kind of was like, well, Soul Shine, okay, I'm thinking like, let's, a sunshine kind of thing, right? So I kind of played around and manipulated the eye a bit and added this really and it's almost like palm tree, like palm tree mixed with sun.
Yes, and I love that because of the location of the brand as well. So it kind of brings all of it, because you said they're in Venice Beach.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm assuming there's palm trees.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah.
So it kind of is aligned and really brings those pieces together. I really like that.
Absolutely, yes. So, and I also like the idea of it almost looking like a splatter. Yes. Like it's not serious. It's fun. It's imperfect. Fun. Yeah. It's almost silly in a sense. So yeah, there was a few different reasons why I landed on that one. Now I would build out more different logos. In fact, I have like a little brand mark here as well, and it's kind of the S is sitting in the sun kind of thing. I would build it out a bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I have also these illustrations that again bring in some fruit, because when we think of smoothies, we think of fruit, obviously. These abstract shapes here, and then some fun like palm trees, just things that kind of tie the brand to its environment directly. So yeah, that's where we got. Now, as far as color is concerned, I'm sure someone will probably ask about color. Color is out as a beast for sure, and it does take time. But one of the things I found that's super helpful in selecting color is using the Adobe Recolor feature. So if you're not familiar with what that looks like, I'm actually going to take this set here of logos. I'll just break it down here. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just do a separate, that's not what I wanted, artboard. Okay, let's just bring this all down. And that way it's a little easier to see on a white background here, just for play purpose.
And then we also have a comment about how the color palette really like looks and feels SoCal, as Cody Bear said. So I really love that too, because it's not only the name and the font that's bringing forth the brand, but also the colors are also really bringing out that location where they're based. So it's just so California, SoCal. I love that.
Amazing. Yes. Thanks you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Like very bright, very fun, very SoCal, exactly. Yeah. Now, if I wasn't 100% set on this palette, which, maybe I'm not, maybe there's some colors I'd like to add or change, I just want to demonstrate the Recolor feature in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to highlight, or select rather, all of these logos, and then go to Object, and then, it's an Edit, sorry. No, it's an Object. Where is it here? I think it's an Edit, guys. Edit Color, and then Recolor, or Generative Recolor. If you haven't used this is super fun. And what I love about this most is the fact that whenever I'm generating these color palettes from prompts, there's some results I would never even think of. And it brings you toward a color that maybe you never would have actually considered for your brand. So it's really fun. So chat, let me know, what are some cool prompts we can throw in that you think would be helpful to get us closer to a color palette that we love? I'm thinking, just to start us off, palm tree.
Okay.
Sure, let's just do palm tree. let's just keep it simple for the first little bit here, and throw in palm tree, and we'll show you.
Y'all let us know in the chat as well what you're feeling.
Yeah, so naturally it's pulling some greens, right? When we think of palm tree, but we also think of the sky behind it, so there's some blue hues in there. So I actually think it did a really nice job.
That's really nice.
There's some really beautiful colors.
I like this one.
This one here?
Yeah, that one is really nice. The only one that's a little harsh for me is that dark green. It's a little,
it's a little in your face.
It's a little too much,
but a little in your face.
I like the variety that's there. Okay.
Absolutely. What else have we got? Anything in the chat yet? Not yet. That's okay. What do you think?
Drop in the chat any colors or any kind of vibes. I really like, what are you typing?
I don't know, sunset,
I was going to say, like, something with those orangey, those sunset colors are really nice. So let's see what that looks like.
Absolutely. Let's give it a second. Yeah. See, like these are, Yeah. I really love the
and it even gives like a retro kind of vibe to it as well. So I really, really love that as well.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't have considered, maybe like a deeper rust. I do like to have deeper hues with my branding colors, because you do need contrast.
Of course.
It can't all be light, bright, pastel and airy as much as I want it to be. We do need to consider the fact that these do need to have contrast, which is kind of what I played with over here. Laying colors on top of each other and being like, okay, is this going to actually work? Can people, like, even this is probably too light, to be honest. I'd have to lighten up this hue there. But the other ones seem to have really good contrast, and you can also check your contrast, people.
Yes, I love that.
You can do that in Adobe Express as well.
And then we have some people commenting on how they love the sunset, totally see the retro vibe.
Yay.
Oh, Alessandra said they love my hair. Girl, thanks. Girl, I know I'm trying something new on the stream. If y'all usually see me, I usually got braids or something else. We're doing a little bob today.
Oh, we love it. It's beautiful. I totally agree.
I'm sorry. I just love that comment. I wish I could heart it right now.
That's so good. So over here, I was basically just pairing the colors I selected. I like to kind of put them side by side and see what I would pair with one another. And these are kind of the pairings that I ended up going with here.
And we also got some more options for that color text that we were doing before if we want to practice that.
Absolutely.
Someone said Pacific Beach Party Hawaiian.
Colors.
And then there's Mango Pineapple.
Okay, wait, Pacific was it?
Yeah, it was Pacific Beach Party Hawaiian.
Oh, okay. I don't know whoopsies. Maybe I should have added Hawaiian. That's okay. Oh, wow. This is very, this is very vibrant.
Yeah, very vibrant, which is what I kind of see with like a beach party and that kind of vibe. I just love how how it just generates like this.
Yeah.
Technology is mad crazy. I feel like
it is. Well, and the thing is too, like a lot of people struggle with color. There's color theory. There's things that obviously that are important to consider when you're choosing a color palette. But what I love about this is it takes the guesswork out of it, and it allows you to search for hues that maybe you wouldn't have considered. So this is one of my absolute favorite features. And I also love, I think, if I am correct, you can even do, I'm certain you can, with vectors. Ooh. So let's go to, because these are vectors. So we do edit colors, generative, just to show that you can do it. And if we do maybe one that is, I don't know, how about smoothie? Is that too on the nose? It very well might be, but let's see what it comes back with. Let's see what it says. Okay, yeah. So and that's what I love about it. It totally applies to vectors as well, which is really nice. All vector artwork, so it doesn't have to just be type or any of that. You can certainly do it with vector.
And there's also another comment here. Y'all are active in the chat. That is what I love to see.
So happy.
So please continue that throughout the day. I love that. But Jeff said, when it comes to prompts, I have to think about phrases rather than just words.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea as well. And Alessandra also agreed that is how they kind of attack that as well. So I think I love how there's a variety of different ways to do it. If you are thinking about phrases, you can do it that way. Even if you just give it a word, it's still pulling from somewhere. It still has a reference there. So I really love that.
Yeah, totally. And I find too with this one, so it says describe the color palette, mood, or theme you want to generate. And some of these, it gives you also, these are some sample prompts that you can use too. So if you really can't think of a prompt, Summer by the Sea, there you go. Yeah. That's a good one. That's kind of relevant to this brand as well. So let's see what it comes up with. Always got to give it a second. Yeah, okay.
Beautiful.
Right? Yes, really beautiful blues and purples, and this is really nice.
Oh, that was nice, yeah.
Really nice. Love that.
I just love how it pops up and just the feel it gives you right away is really nice.
Exactly. And now coming over here a little bit more, because I will say I'm pretty happy with this color palette. We're going to kind of progress with that, but I did want to show how I got there, and that was using the Recolor, Generative Recolor. Coming over here, so we're gonna create some mock-ups using Adobe Firefly as well as Illustrator in a second. But yeah, here's some assets that kind of built out, all of which these images here, this menu stand, the cup, everything, all this is generated on Adobe Firefly.
Got it.
Which is really, really nice because it can be so hard to source mock-ups that are relevant to your brand. Yeah. And you have so much control using Adobe Firefly. You can be so specific with your prompts. You can be as detailed as you want to be, and you can come up with some really cool things. Yeah. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to hop into Firefly. If you haven't used Firefly before, this is what it looks like. It is so much fun. You can get lost in it. It's a blast. And this is a situation where I do believe if you're more specific, you're going to get better outcomes,
yes, of course,
which is great. So what we're going to do is let's generate a mock-up. So when I think of a smoothie, I think naturally you need the cup, right?
Yes,
so
of course.
If we do a clear plastic cup with a white straw, sitting in the sand, sitting in the sand on a beach. Sure, let's see what happens. We are using Firefly Image 3. That's the one I've been using lately as far as model is concerned. There's a couple of these.
Is there a reason as to why?
Well, this one I just saw pop up. I was using Firefly 2, but I think that this is a newer one that was added. So I like to try and experiment with the newer one for sure. There's a couple things I want to change here. Let's just assume that I'm going to be putting this mock-up on social media. Square would be fine. I think, honestly, I'd probably use it in an Instagram story. So I'm going to go here and change it to portrait, which is nice. And you also have two options here, content type, art, or photo. I do want photo. I do kind of want it to look more realistic. And then you can come down here and you can just get lost with changing some of these settings. You can do pastel, muted colors, change the lighting. You can make it golden hour if you want.
Ooh, golden hour is my favorite.
Let's try it. Let's just see what happens if we go and change those settings here and see what we can generate. But yeah, you can just have so much fun with this stuff. You can play around the street. Yeah, see
that sun coming through. That is a true golden hour.
Yeah, it's giving beach for sure. Beach. Yeah, it's giving smoothie at sunset.
Yep. It's giving where I need to be right now.
Yeah.
JK.
Oh my
Happy to
goodness.
be here, y'all. Happy
Yeah.
to be here.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just playing around with the strength here because sometimes if you decrease the strength,
Okay.
you're going to get a different result. But these
Yeah.
ones look pretty similar.
Yeah, they do.
I'm thinking, though, I do think that lighting might be a little
too
harsh.
much, agreed.
So I'm just going to go back to none for a second and generate and just see.
And that's the nice part is like you can see what you kind of test out different things, see what you gravitate towards, what you don't like, and what really is going to give you ultimately what you have. You have so many options,
Yeah.
which is really great.
Exactly. So, I mean, this one is really nice. It's sitting in the sand. It's got the white straw like that. It's got a nice background. So I also, there was one I generated, a couple I generated throughout the week in practice I really liked. So I'm actually going to use it as a reference.
Okay. Ooh, yes.
And this is one of my favorite things about Firefly is that if you're not quite getting the aesthetic or like the overall vibe that you're going for, you can upload a reference image and it'll start to generate results that will look closer to that reference image. And you're going to see it's going to be probably quite different now that I put that reference photo in. Yeah, so see, it's quite different, and it's a little bit more,
and even down to like the color of the smoothie.
Yeah,
even like before it was just a clear cup, but now it's adapted that aspect from the reference photo as well.
Exactly.
Great.
So I'm thinking now I do have this one here already, so maybe because I do want to put a logo on top of it, maybe I don't want it to be clear. So maybe clear plastic cup. Let's see, cup with a white straw. We can do pink smoothie. Let's just do in the sand, and then use this as keep that as our reference image and just see.
And y'all are in the chat talking about smoothies, and I love to see that. I literally love it. Alessandra said, I'm also working on some photos I took trying something new and going to bring them into Adobe Express. Love it. She also said that the stream is perfect. OMG.
Oh, wow.
Heart
Yay.
to you. Heart
Thanks,
to
guys.
you.
Amazing.
But yes. Thank y'all so much. Keep being active in the chat. If y'all have any questions, I will be sure to ask them to Kristen. So go ahead and drop them. I love the interaction so far.
Please do. Please ask anything. Let me know your favorite smoothie flavor.
Yes. Oh, we got a lot in here. We got.
Do we?
We were having some acai bowls. We were having some mango go-go with the energy boost. I think that's giving. That sounds like what's that one smoothie? Jamba Juice. That sounds like a Jamba Juice.
We don't have that in Canada. Really? Yeah, we don't. That's okay though. We have a bunch of other juices.
I'm going to Canada next week for the first time, girl.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow! I just
That's exciting. Where are you going?
Toronto. It's for a wedding.
Toronto's fun.
Yeah, so I've never been to Canada, and so I just think this is really ordained. I love this. I'm going to ask you about places to go and see in Canada.
Yes, absolutely. Let me know. I'll totally give you all my recs.
Oh, love.
So I'm gonna go in and just kind of add some more elements to this image. I like this one. I kind of like how it came across. I like the coloring of it. So I don't know, like assuming that this would be some kind of berry smoothie. It looks like a strawberry smoothie. So I don't know, a pile of fresh strawberries maybe. And where I've put my this mark here is where I'm going to add, hopefully, a pile of fresh strawberries. Let's give it a second to see. And what I love about this is that you're gonna see it adapts to the lighting, the filter, the look of it. Like it's my favorite.
Oh,
it's really
so
cool.
cute. And it's like realistic as well.
Yeah, like see how it digs into the sand?
That's really nice.
That's really cool. Like I really love that. So I'm gonna keep that, and then I'm thinking, what else can we add? I mean, could it be a mixed berry smoothie?
Yeah,
Maybe we do.
Yeah.
I don't know, a pile of blueberries, or
strawberries, blueberries.
Sure.
Yeah. That's mixed berries.
Let's see what. Yeah, sure. Mixed berry smoothie. Yeah, right. I think my favorite smoothies are the ones that like aren't healthy.
Do you know that's me too? It's the ones with all the sugar that you don't need to be drinking. But
it's like peanut butter, protein, this, and I'm like, but it's a smoothie, so it's healthy.
At the end of the day.
It's fine.
Throw the peanut butter in there.
Exactly. So I really like this. I think that this looks like it was always there.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of like they're sitting in the sand. I love on the left-hand side, you can see it's adjusted the lighting because you can see the lighting is coming in here on the left side. And then the blueberries are kind of like in the shade. So it's done a really good job at matching the lighting.
Yeah, the detail is really, really nice because of that. And it would be really easy to just throw in berries, whatever, and not really pay attention to the details of lights
Yep.
the shadows, but I really love how Firefly just kind of brings all that together. So it has that realistic feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download this because I'm pretty happy with that. So let's just give it a second here. Okay. And then we're going to go back into Illustrator. Then I'm going to show you how we can, there's something about the white background. I just need it. I need the contrast. I need it.
You need it. Oh my goodness. It just looks so well. I love it.
It's so fun. So fun. So I guess that's in my downloads now. So we're just going to do that. Okay, and we're going to make this big because we want everyone to see what's going on here. Okay, so there's the Firefly generated mock-up that we've created. And now we're going to really make it a mock-up because right now it's an image. So I'm going to choose a logo. And right off the bat, I kind of already know that this is not going to work because it's just the contrast is off. We can't do that. So firstly, I'm probably going to assume I'm going to do something white would be my guess. Something whiter. And let's just make this large because I kind of want to show you guys how the mockup feature will allow us to wrap around.
That was in my head. I was like, oh, how do you wrap that around the image? I really want to see that.
Yep, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the logo. I'm going to select the image and I'm going to go to Object, down to Mockup, Make. Give it a second. It's going to create a mesh. And then we should be able to adjust and move the logo around and it'll wrap around the contours of like this.
Oh, wow.
Just like that. So I think this is so cool.
Yeah, that's
really
great.
Like what I love about this is you can create your own custom mockups in seconds using Firefly, bring it into Illustrator.
Yep.
You don't need to do Photoshop if you're not, like I'm not the most Photoshop savvy person, I'll be the first to admit it. So having this function in Adobe Illustrator where I do the bulk of my work has just been a complete game changer. You can play around with the settings as well if you want to look to make it look a little bit more realistic. I will say I think the multiply is a bit too it just kind of disappears. But you can do you can lighten it so it adds a little bit more of the realistic component to it. That's a little bit too. But we could do maybe even a hard light.
Yeah, that's nice.
Right, so that just makes it a little bit more realistic, and you can have fun with it. Like there's also these pre-done ones here in the mock-up beta list here, apparel. They've got branding, graphics. If you wanted to do a tote, I mean, I just went into Firefly and literally just generated my own tote, which is really great. So I highly recommend building out your own. Like these are all Firefly generated.
I love that because I just love it because instead of like going and maybe. And no shade to Pinterest or Instagram, but I just love the uniqueness of this. You can really go in and generate and make it your own and make it really specific to, in this case, the vibe that the brand is giving. And I love how this image you generated falls into everything else. It all is still so very cohesive.
Yeah.
And that's really great with the overall just branding, the colors, like the whole board just looks so appealing, so cohesive from start to finish, and it's just really great.
And I will say, like, using that reference, once you find an overall look that you like, for example, like I really liked how this blender came out.
Yeah.
So then I started to use this blender in Firefly as my reference image. And once you put in a reference image, it really helps you stay in that same kind of realm. So things do look cohesive.
Yeah.
So I've been loving it.
It's fun too. It's just fun to kind of like play around with different prompts, see what you can get, play around with your reference images. And I think there's a level to creativity. I think a lot of people, when we enter this conversation about like AI and things about nature, they're thinking, well, it's doing all the creating for you. It's like, well, no, you still have to. There's still a lot of effort that you have to do in picking the prompts, putting things together, putting the reference images to get what you're ultimately looking for.
Yeah.
And I just think as a creative, it just opens and expands your mind so much more.
Absolutely. Could not agree more. I've also been loving just like...
I need a mango right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry if this is making you hungry, everybody.
I know people in the chat that right now they were talking about being an iced coffee guy or frappuccinos. I don't know how we got to the coffee conversation.
I guess beverages.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, so I just put the reference image back in there, and then we've got some really cool results here. So, yeah. anyway, so that's how I use Adobe Firefly in conjunction with Adobe Illustrator to create mockups.
Yep, I love
so
that.
totally recommend you guys give that a go. Okay, so next thing that we're going to work on is we're going to create an Adobe library in Illustrator, and I'm going to show you how Adobe Illustrator speaks to Adobe Express.
Okay.
So I've already built out, to be honest, the entire library, because I don't want to have you guys sitting here watching me for 10 minutes dragging and dropping. That would not be great content, but I will show you how to create a library. So if you're not familiar, in the right-hand side in the panel here, these two little library book things looking, you can go ahead and create a new library. You can name it whatever you want. So Soul Shine, and I'll just go incomplete because this is not going to be complete. And it's as simple as dragging and dropping your elements into this library here. Okay. I will say this is probably the most tedious part of the job, but once you build out a library, it's done. And it speaks to all of the Adobe apps, which is fantastic. So Express, you can pull it into Photoshop.
Pull it into anything else. I love that.
Yeah, it's really handy. So once it's a one and done, just get the work, do the work, and then and you're good to go. So for an example, if I want to pull these in, drag and drop.
Just drag and drop, easy drag and drop.
Right? These logos here, drag and drop. You can absolutely bring in images as well. So whatever you want. If you want to add in colors, which I definitely wanted to, then you would select the color you want, come down to this plus button and go into fill color. Okay. So it puts it in a color as opposed to if I drag and drop it, it's going to put it in as a graphic.
As a graphic.
But we want to add it as a color swatch.
Yes.
So I'll just do that one more time. Select down to the plus button, fill color. It adds up there.
Love that. Okay, perfect.
And then for the type, you can also do the same thing. So select, drag and drop, adds it to your text. So a separate category here.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And Alessandra said that they love this feature and being able to. It just really comes in handy, and this is really, really cool. I love that you can separate it into colors and text, and it's not just the images. I think there's a lot of variety there.
Yeah. And as you can see, I have not shied away from using this. Like I have a lot of libraries, and any of them where you see the icon here with two little people, that means it's shared and we're collaborating, and somebody else has access to the library as well. So really great for client collaboration. But anyway, okay, so we have these elements. I'm going to show you how it looks in. We're going to go into Adobe Express. We may use Firefly again in Adobe Express, but let's see. So Adobe Express, I'm sure you guys are no stranger to Adobe Express. Yes. If you are, then come out from under the rock. Let's go.
Yes, this is so, like, why wouldn't you be using it? And there's also a mobile version as well. So you guys be using this at Adobe Express.
Exactly. So I want to quickly show you where you can find the library that we just made. So it's going to be under Your Stuff. And here you have files, so all the files I've been working on, as well as libraries. So libraries, this is going to be where you're going to find your Adobe Illustrator libraries. Let's give it a second to load. Yeah, so here's all my libraries and then the assets within them. So here's the Soul Shine Incomplete we just did. We did not add a whole lot in there, but as you can see, there's my color swatches. There's my assets in here. It looks like the fonts didn't add, but that's okay. We can go in and add them.
What is this under Other?
Yeah, it's under Other, which I'm not sure why. Should technically be under Fonts, but that's okay. That's all right. We can go in and add that after. But like I said, I've already built out a complete library. So I'm just going to open this up, and you can kind of see what a complete library. So I went all in on the colors, added all my colors. I went in and added all of the different typefaces that I'd like to use. And then I just threw all of my assets in there. Whether or not I end up using them or not is something else, but at least they're all there. And then you can also add in your saved templates as well. Yeah. So there's that.
Lovely.
Yeah. So why don't we start building out an Instagram story?
Yes. Yeah.
Why not? And I am just there's a lot of templates here that you can use, which is great. You can search as well, and I'm not even looking at the templates. My bad. Here we go. I'm just looking at text.
And I'm sitting here.
You're like, sure.
Yeah.
It's okay. We got it. Okay. So this is, here's some templates. For the sake of this one, I think I'm just going to kind of play around with building out my own.
Yeah.
So let me know in the chat, whatever you think we should do. I think maybe I'll do like a new flavor alert or something.
I like that. Let's do a new flavor alert.
Sure. And again, if you want to reach your libraries, it's your stuff.
Yes.
Libraries. And then they're
And
like,
we have
it's
some
just so
comments
easy.
on your library. Amazing library. So I love that. It was just so
Thank
beautiful, so
you.
well thought out, and so just so good to so nice to look at.
Thank you so much. I do love looking at a fully built out library.
Yeah, it's just like when you pull it up, there's this feeling I got that was like, ooh, it felt good.
Yep.
It felt very
It
good.
feels nice.
Yes.
Okay, so what I love about this, once I built out the library, it is in Adobe Express. If I go to background color, and down here, I change the library, because we don't want the incomplete one, because that's just incomplete. We want the full one.
Yeah.
So I go to Soul Shine, all my colors are there. So it's just, no plug and play. There's no copy and pasting, hex codes. Like, it's just there. So I love that. So I'm just going to put the background like that. I probably will change it, but let's see. Oops, I did not want to do that. So I'm thinking, let's put in, I really liked the blender, and I think I put it in here, that one image of the blender. Let's see if I did or not. If not, I think I know where to find it.
That was my favorite image out of all of them, too.
Oh, I
that
guess I
blender just looks
didn't.
so nice.
That's okay. Let's upload it then. Here.
Bam, easy.
Easy peasy.
Didn't take a second.
Yeah. We don't got time, okay? We gotta make content. Okay, so one of my favorite features ever in Adobe Express is this one here, remove background. So I'm just gonna do that, let it work its magic. Now, it's not perfect, but what I do like about it is you're able to, I'm just gonna give that a second to kind of.
Oh, and we have some options for, I know we said like maybe a new flavor, but someone said beach party with Soul Shine samples, like an intro party. So this could be advertising like a beach party for the brand.
Yeah.
That could include free drinks. So I like that option too.
That's a really good option. Just trying to see. There was one I had. Now I'm trying to remember. I think it was this one. Let me just see. Because it needs a second to load. I don't think it's fully loaded in there. Let's give it a second.
No problemo.
Okay, let's try it again. Let's just see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Well, my thing is, usually it lets me kind of go in there. Oh, here, let's go to erase.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. There we go.
And then we can go in
and yeah, I don't want this.
Yes.
So I just kind of coming over this with the tool, the little selection thing, and it's pretty good.
Very accurate.
It's very accurate. And then it kind of corrects the edges there a little bit, which is nice. Oh, maybe that was one too far. A little greedy there. And we're not going to be too precious about it.
Because you won't see it.
Exactly. So I'm going to go done. And we'll just kind of bring that down like that. So I'm thinking maybe what we do is put like a pile of sand, maybe. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted either. So let's go to media and let's type in sand. See what comes up. So I kind of want like this looks kind of like I could probably remove the background on it.
Yeah, which I like.
Right? Oh, maybe that's
easy.
2. And then let's just go remove background here. Yeah, so that did a pretty good job. And if I were to bring it down, maybe enlarge it ever so slightly, maybe like that. So it's almost like a pile of sand.
Oh, love it.
Like that, maybe. I don't know. This still doesn't look like it loaded properly, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. There, sitting on some sand. Sure.
Yeah, because we're just, we're making smoothies in the beach on the
Right?
sand. No
Absolutely.
sand in the smoothie, though. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No sand is in the smoothie.
That's right. I'm thinking I also have generated this really cool looking surfboard. And again, this was just Firefly, me typing in white and pink surfboard. And then I believe I went in and just took out the background on it. But
and we have another question.
Ooh, I love questions. Keep them coming.
Can you import a video and place in Adobe Express?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. You can import like everything.
Yep.
You can import videos, images. You can import PDFs, AI files.
Everything and everything.
Everything you can think of pretty much, which is beautiful. In case anyone's wondering, I'm using Command and then, what is that, like a bracket? Sure.
Yeah, the bracket,
Yeah. Just to move things to the back, and I kind of want that sitting on the sand, but like I want this to be in the front. And maybe this guy can be lower and move this guy
up a little bit.
Up a bit and over a little bit. What else should this guy have? I'm thinking, okay, what if we did...
We don't have any images of fruit, do we?
We should use fruit.
Yeah, we should use fruit.
I think I have. Do I have fruit in my stuff? Let's see here. I have this guy.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, and then I'm thinking... I don't know. Like, does that look like a... I guess there's no color in it, in the smoothie. But I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased towards strawberries.
Strawberries are nice. If we can get some strawberries, that'd be good. That's my favorite fruit.
Let's do. I mean, we could just type in strawberries too.
See what we can get.
Let's not be too crazy. Strawberries. Let's go. It's loading in. We gotta give it a second. We gotta give it. I got a little.
We're moving a little too fast for it. Sorry.
Too quick. I'm moving too quick. So I don't know.
Okay, so we got some strawberries now.
Sure. Right. Yeah. I also have elements, like I really love to combine illustrative elements or like vectors with like real photography, just for something fun. Oops, keep clicking that. That's not where I want to be. So I have these guys down here. Like, there's cool shapes. So I'm thinking like just for like, I don't know, interest. Let's just like play around with them.
And add some shapes in there.
Sure, why not? Here.
It's whatever you want it to be. That's the great part about building out your own, your own story. You can make it whatever you want it to be.
I just think, I'd add it kind of, and also if you put them in the corner, like how I will, like maybe I'm gonna move these strawberries for a second, just kind of, and let's just do, maybe we'll do another one. Just Command C, Command V, and rotate that, and it's almost like drawing your eye toward the focal point, which will be the message that we want to convey for the campaign. We're calling this a campaign. Why not?
How did you, because you moved the vector to the other side, and then how did you put it behind? What was the command that you just did?
So I'm using the command button. This is back. Command and then
it was the bracket.
The bracket. Sorry, I forgot. Nope, that's okay. No, it's totally fine. Yeah, command, and then I just keep pressing the bracket until I'm happy with the placement of it.
Oh, which is really nice. So you can put it behind other elements as well.
And if you're not if you don't want to do the whole command thing, I'm pretty sure you can just like move it like this. Yeah, there you go. So there's there's always going to be a million different ways to get the same result, but I kind of like that. That's like creeping in like that, almost in the background. Cool. Okay, so what else am I thinking? I don't know. I guess maybe we need to have some kind of message. So let's do text.
He said perhaps a vinyl record cover for some of the text.
Perhaps a vinyl record
cover for some of the text.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Actually, I was thinking like you would like a vinyl record like in the corner, like the vibes. But do you mean like you're saying for the text? Keith, can you just
tell us what you mean? I'm
super intrigued.
Hitting that. I'm super intrigued by that.
Yeah.
If I go to if we go to media and do like vinyl record cover, I don't know, for some of the text.
That's the part. Is some of the text that I'm a little
right. Well, maybe we'll get clarification. Because that would be really cool to add like a retro kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, retro vibe, which I really like. Because again, that idea, someone mentioned like the beach party type of vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm just going to start adding in some text here just while we wait for that. But so what I like about this again is we can go here and change from, oopsies. This is another brand that I had going on to here. So something that's a bit more on brand for this brand. And we can kind of play around with that. So I don't know if we want to do like new flavor. Okay, in Canada we have a U. I'm always like, do I just drop the U?
No, don't drop the U.
But I gotta stay true to my Canadian roots here.
Gotta stay true.
I got to. Part of me is wondering if this is a little bit too...
It might be a little...
Yeah, I'm wondering if it needs to be more, like, Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit, not as thick.
Because I'm wondering if it's a little bit harder to read.
Yes.
Right? And now I'm thinking, okay, well, do I want to play with potentially putting it in a shape? I love this because it's like, if you ever want to create a button, like a shop now, or like this is just it's just such a time saver.
Yeah.
And then they have a lot more different shapes, a little bit more rugged, imperfect.
And we have about 10 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, please be sure to drop it in the chat. Whether, again, you're watching on YouTube or Behance, make sure that you engage. Drop your questions so we can ask them. Of course, you can always go back and reference this video. It will be available for you to rewatch. But let's get those questions in so that way we don't feel like anything was missed.
Please do.
Yeah, I like the button vibe. It just also
and I
creates
feel
some
like this
contrast and separation between the text and everything else that you have.
Yeah, and I'm wondering it'd be cute if we did like guess the and then like
Like, guess the flavor of the month.
Yeah. We guess the new flavor.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, God. Right? And it's almost like pointing down towards the smoothie or the blender. Like that. I don't know if I love that type. That's a little bit more. I think that's just more clean.
Yeah.
I don't love the yellow background. That's not totally what we want. So to change that, I'm just going to select that, go down to shape, and then you can change the fill.
Okay.
And there's my branded colors there.
Colors,
so,
yeah.
I mean, that's more on brand. If we wanted to add, like a green was nice. That's too close to the other one. That's too close. That's the background color. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe...
I thought that color
The
and the
green?
green. Yeah, the green was very, very nice.
Okay, let's do that. I'm also not sure if I like...
The black text.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if that's too...
What
Let's
other colors
see.
do we have?
What do we got? We got this darker blue. That's a little bit more...
Okay, that's
It's
better.
easier to read.
Yeah, it's easier to
I
read.
worry that if we go anything lighter than that, it's
Yeah,
going to be
it's gonna
hard
be-
to... Right?
I like that. That color balance is really
Put
nice.
this down here for now. And then I'm also thinking if we go down to elements and go to... Oh, sorry, not elements. Actually, we probably could do. I'm curious if... Is there a cool, like, question mark?
Ooh.
Let's see. We could also just like put in my question mark, but I was just wanting to see what the options were for that. Let's see. Okay, maybe what I'll do is just add my own. I'm wondering how that... Oopsies. Oh, I know why, because we have a shape that's attached to it. So if we just go here, go down to shape, and then go to none.
Okay.
And then we do question mark. And then go to change that fill to maybe something lighter. And then go to, I don't know. This is also way too small. Can't really see it.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wonder even if we do... Oof, that's not what we want. We don't want that either. Maybe it's not a shape. Maybe we just leave that. Oh, we can do this. There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe the thickness we play around with. I don't know. I don't think
You're
that's
not
the
feeling
color
that
we
color,
want.
yeah.
Just playing around. Trial and error. It's what it's all about. Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Why not? Why not? Also, I live and die by these guides. They're so helpful.
They're so helpful. Like, make sure everything is centered. When something is off centered, it's just your eyes. It makes my eyes twitch. So
Yep.
we live by the guides over here.
Yep, we do. Also, totally don't have the logo on here.
You know, that is so true. That is so true.
Maybe-
that would
maybe
be
something we
nice.
wanna do.
Maybe we should throw that in there before we close out.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm thinking, I don't know. Because we probably want it to go there. So we probably want something a bit darker,
Yes.
maybe. I'm not sure if that's... it doesn't really work. Maybe the darker blue. We'll do the... Or something like that. Then I guess it ties in with this type. And we can move that down to give it a little bit more breathing room. And maybe we bring this over So it's kind of leading into something
Leading
like
into that,
yeah. And then if we wanted to be crazy, of course, we could just go in and do some fun animating, because why not?
Oh, why not? Oh,
Why
my gosh,
not, right?
I love the
I have
animation.
2
It's
there.
just so,
Whoopsies. I did not know that. Okay.
It's so much fun to add the animations.
Yeah.
But I love how, again, just in the matter of just, I don't know how long we've been doing this for, y'all, but so keep me honest to that. But I don't think it took long to really just kind of pull and make your own story. And it's very unique to the brand.
Yeah.
It brings in all the elements that we've been talking about this entire stream. So I just love how that creative freedom, ultimately, in the way that you can just create something in Illustrator, create your library, bring it into Express, and just go as crazy and wild as you want to.
Absolutely. Like, it's so much fun. And
It
I have to
is.
say, like, I'm not a Premiere Pro person. I'm not good with the whole animating thing. So the fact that I can do it in Adobe Express is just changes everything.
Oh,
Like,
it changes the game. It makes things easy. And it's not as intimidating, you know? It's not intimidating at all. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I don't do anything with animation as a photographer. But I just really like how, if I wanted to, I have an easy way to do so.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I just love that you can go in and customize the speed of it all, the intensity if you wanted to. That's a little aggressive. And I think too, so we'd want to show the timing of it, because you don't want the question mark, if you saw in the beginning. Like it's just chilling there.
Yeah.
So we'd probably want to wait until that blender is up, right? And then kind of, play with it a little bit. Oopsies. So it's like, what's the flavor?
Ooh.
That might have even been taken too long. But I do love that you can play around with the timing, and it's super easy like that. So up.
What's the flavor?
What's
I like that
the
timing.
flavor, right? And
Yes,
oh my
the
gosh, we could make the
strawberries.
like jump or something,
We
or
can't
bob.
leave those out.
Yeah.
Oh, a bob.
Let's see. Bobbing around.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, Key said that I think the surfboard should be slanted.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Fair.
I mean, who
It's
actually
very fair.
stands their
Just
surfboard straight up perfectly?
Let's be realistic. They don't.
All right, Keith, you win.
And then Jeff mentioned trial and guess. You can't have errors when you're being creative. Yes, that is exactly. I love that.
Yeah, totally. Okay, which way should we go? Towards the logo?
Yeah.
Or this way? I mean, I feel like, what do we think? No, I don't know why. Left is telling. I'm left-handed, so maybe I'm biased towards.
No, left is. It feels more balanced going left for me than going right.
Right. Okay, let's do that. Let's just do
like
a
that.
little slant, like that. Uh-oh.
And we are getting close to our ending point. We have about like 2 minutes left.
Oh my gosh.
y'all.
Okay, well, enough time to add blueberries then.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot blueberries. Okay.
Oh, we can do that in 2 minutes for sure.
We can do that.
Bam. 3, 2, 1. The background
More like
is
2
removed.
seconds. Yeah.
Come on. And it's still
So
10:53. Let's go.
Let's go. So, I mean, I guess I kind of took out the guesswork if I'm adding in the fruit, right? But that's okay. Guess the flavor. Maybe it's strawberry blueberry, or blueberry strawberry, or mixed berry, or maybe potentially. Oh no, that's not how you spell swirl. Ooh, these are interesting.
I just love the way that this all came together, and I really do hope that y'all enjoyed this stream. It just, as a photographer, I can definitely take away, I can definitely appreciate the work that goes into branding, the work that goes into understanding a brand and bringing it to life visually. So, Kristen, thank you so much for doing this, because it's just letting us into your world, and also showing how easy, I don't want to say easy because I don't want to say what you do is easy.
Oh. Well, it's easy with Adobe Express.
It's easy with Adobe
Easier.
Express. Easier.
Yeah.
So thank y'all so much. Please do stick around. We're going to be back with Charmaine for another stream. Really, really excited. So we're going to go ahead and create some templates for social content. So join me back with Charmaine Jennings, and I will see y'all in a couple minutes.
Yay! Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. Bye.
Hello, friends. Did you miss us? Because we're back. No, we are back with Charmaine Jennings, and we're going to be spending some time in Adobe Express. So if y'all were tired of Adobe Express, sorry.
Too bad for you.
We're too bad, because we're going to be talking about her all day today. So if y'all looking to learn some more, really excited to be with Charmaine today. So Charmaine, I know you were with the group earlier, but just reintroduce yourself. Tell us a little about you and what we are going to be doing today.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, my name is Charmaine Jennings, and I am the owner of Strategic Charm Boutique, and that is a digital marketing agency that I founded about 8 years ago. So we do like social media marketing, email campaigns, all that stuff. And then I also run a community called Hustle and Charm. So it's a community of women in business as well. So we do like events and all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah.
Wait, I hope y'all are clapping at home. Can we drop Charmaine's Instagram and website in the chat, her business site as well? That is so incredible, especially creating the community for the women in business. That is something that I am just so much about. So I just love that you're doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely I have a passion for a lot of different things. So I try to combine it to everything I do. So, so the agency is the first business that I started. And I would say that's like the main primary thing that I offer is the marketing services. So that's where Adobe Express really comes into play, because obviously when it comes to content creation, it's not really just about written content anymore, right? You really have to add those visuals. And I would never dare call myself a graphic designer.
Never
dare. But I feel like one when I use Adobe Express, because I love all the tools and capabilities it has to make me have the chance to create professional looking content.
Oh, I love. And Keys said that this is a beautiful shade of green, which I have to say, I love the color combination of your website. It is just so beautiful, so vibrant. I love how everything flows together. Job well done.
Thank you. And I would also never ever dare call myself a web designer, so I did not. She's like, just so you know where my talents are and aren't. I definitely had to hire out for this one, but we actually rebranded a few months ago. So before it was very much like, it was still like teal, but like a brighter teal, mint green and that kind of thing, bright whites. But I wanted something very different, and I like the contrast of like the deep green and the sunshine yellow. So that's kind of like our new branding. So because we rebranded a couple of months ago, I have yet to create new graphics to promote our services.
Got it. Okay.
So that's where I want to focus today on is exactly.
Oh, I love it. Now, this is going to be like a sneak peek into Strategic Charm and the graphics. I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
So if y'all have any questions throughout this entire stream, please do drop them in the chat. I will be watching and monitoring the chat the entire time. So don't worry, fear not, your questions will get to Charmaine. So please do ask them, whether you are on YouTube or on Behance. Make sure you join the conversation. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Adobe Live. And let's pass it over to Charmaine and get started.
Awesome. Amazing. So with this rebrand, we not even added services, but we explained them, because after a while we started doing a lot of different things that I wasn't promoting, like influencer marketing and public speaking. So now it's part of our website. So if you look at all our services here, that's a list of what we offer: social media, blog writing, all that stuff. So like I said, because we rebranded, it's taken me a while to kind of create new graphics to promote all of these things. And I don't actively promote things that often. I don't do the hard sell that often. That's not usually my strategy. I'm more so, let me show you how we do things. Let me give you the tips and tricks. Let me give you the value. And then hopefully you'll want to work with us. But every now and then I do want to do an active promotion to make it clear what it is that we offer, right? So what I'm going to be doing is taking a couple of these services that we offer and creating promo graphics for them using Adobe Express, which I'll open up right now.
Is this like your mood board?
Thank you. It is,
What do they call it? Like a vision,
board.
Yeah.
I have it everywhere. It's on my background, my phone, my watch.
Come on. Listen, write the vision, okay?
Right? Why not?
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's funny because actually I still am. I'm used to doing Adobe Express on my laptop, but since they released the new mobile app, I've been on the app more. So I'm switching back and forth between the two a little bit. But what I've been loving is all of the new generative AI features. They're so helpful. Like I said, I can, I guess, but I don't call myself a graphic designer. But especially with these new tools, I feel like the sky's the limit with what I can create and how I can really bring some of these visions to life. So one of the things I've been really liking is the text to template. I do find Adobe Express does have good templates already, but sometimes I'm just looking for something so specific, and I'm like, can I just type it in and like have it pop up?
And you can.
You can do that. You can do that now. So right now I'm gonna type in marketing, service, promotion.
Okay.
Don't mind my spelling. It's the nails. It's not the spelling. It's the nails. For Instagram.
Okay.
And then I just type it in basically and just kind of generate and see what pops up and see what I like, because I like the fact that it gives you a few different options right away. And then after, if those still don't feel like exactly what you're looking for, you can kind of regenerate or retype in what you want and then go from there.
And it's good to have a starting point and just kind of say, let's just start here, and then we can
Exactly.
pull back, go further, wherever we want to do at that point.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Jeff said, I love the vision board idea as a computer background. Genius. Yes,
you.
I love that.
It's just nice because I think a lot of people create vision boards and then you either put it on your wall or you put it somewhere and you don't look at it again. But now I see it every day on all my devices, so it's super helpful to me. All right, so it generates 4 different options for me, so I can kind of look at these and see what what's calling my name and what I think is going to be on brand for us. Of course, we can change these. That's what we're going to do right now. But just for fun, I want to generate some more results just to see what else it kind of brings to life for me. And then from there, I'll pick one, and then we'll use that as our template for our service promotion.
Oh, exciting, exciting. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I just love how all these templates just kind of pop up and come about, because one thing about me, baby, I'm not as creative as I would like people to think I am. I am as a photographer, but when it comes to any kind of branding or, you know, these kind of putting posts together for your services, it can be really intimidating. So it's really nice to be able to have an asset that you could use that just really makes things easier for you.
Yes.
And then also, like, you know, like you mentioned before, you had somebody do your website for you, but if you can't afford to do so and you can't afford to have someone, you know, do all these elements and build this for you, use Adobe Express.
Yeah.
So I really love that you have some options and to kind of work through, essentially.
Absolutely. Plus, I'm very busy. Like, as you know, having a business,
Yeah,
you're
girl.
busy. I'm a girl. I don't have time, you know what I mean, to you know, develop that as like a true skill. But this is enough to get me going and it really creates some professional content.
Absolutely.
So we've generated like 12 different options here. I would love to get your guys' engagement in the chat.
Yes.
Let me know, you saw my website, based on my website and what we offer, let me know if you have a favorite template you think I should start with. I might have to choose one before you guys even get to it, but take a look. Let me know what you're thinking.
And I wonder if what we choose is going to be aligned with the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
So make sure y'all drop in the chat what you think we should choose based off of Charmaine's website.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like,
I know which one I'm leaning towards, but I want to see what you're going to pick. The pressure is on.
I like the font of the PromMark services. I like the marketing one in the bottom.
Okay.
That had like the circles and stuff like that.
This
I
one?
like the one next door.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't like the transparency of it, but I like the idea of all of that.
Okay.
Girl, that's why I'm going to stop, because I just need to know what you're
no
going to
worries.
pick.
You know what? I like that too. I like a lot of them. I think I'm going to go with this one here.
Okay.
Let's just go and click on that and just see what we can do with it here.
Okay.
So while that's loading. Perfect. Awesome.
Perfect.
And what I love about this, again, obviously it's a template, so it just gives you a starting point. We can move things around, change things up as needed to make it on brand and to make it truly that strategic charm feel. So one of the things that you can do is apply your brand. So if I go to, I have my brand kit all set up here. So it's in my strategic charm one. I just added a couple images. So I have in my brand kit, I have pretty much everything I need to get started. So I have all of my logos. Actually, I have more logos than this. That's one thing I wasn't expecting with this rebrand, with so many logos and word marks and watermarks. It's just the most I've ever had. So it has all my logos in here, which is super helpful.
Do you have a favorite?
I do. I would say our main logo is this guy right here. That's our main one. So that's one I use the most often.
Okay.
And I feel that dark green is our main color. Our
Yeah.
complementary ones are like the teal and a couple other neutral ones, but that would definitely be one of my favorites for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I have my brand kit in here. Let's go back to that. I got some of my colors in there, my fonts, and then what's really helpful too is making sure I have a lot of assets in here. So, at the risk of being seeming conceited, all these are pictures of me, okay? These are all pictures of me and me alone.
Girl, you look good, okay?
Thank
you look good, all right?
Thank
Ain't
you.
no being conceited over here, right? So, yeah, it's me.
It's me, honestly, but I find no matter what your business is, people want to see the person
Of
behind the
course,
brand,
yeah.
right? No matter if you have a team, no matter if you are someone who's more traditionally behind
Yeah,
the camera,
yeah.
people do want to see your face, and it
Yep.
really helps people connect with you as an individual.
Exactly. And that's what's going to separate you from other businesses as well. When they align with you and they can say, okay, I really love who Charmaine is, they want to work with you. They see how who you are kind of flourishes within your business. So
Yeah,
you can't
absolutely.
separate the two. You really have to kind of put yourself out there. So I really love that you mentioned that.
Thank you. Well, that's so true. Okay, so based on what you've seen, obviously pink is not one of our brand colors, so I
Yes.
would definitely change it to one of these ones, right? So I would probably pick.
That
let's
green
see.
speaks to me,
That
girl.
green, right?
Girl, whoever did your branding, that green is just,
Yeah, exactly. I like it. It's just rich. It feels luxurious. I really like that.
Yeah. And Kristen said, let's just all agree there can never be enough photos of Charmaine.
Oh, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that.
I love it.
And I agree. Thank you so much. Yeah, so obviously change my brand colors here, and then change these just to make sure that everything is visible.
Yep.
Very simple, very simple. My thing is too, like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but like I'm very much, I have to try a bunch of different things. Like I have to move things around a lot. I have to change the colors a lot and kind of see what I like and what I can, I don't know, what I can create, what I can do.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I think I'm a visual person, so I need to see it before I can decide whether I like it or not, or what my options are. Yep.
I just feel like my first draft is never going to be the final,
Nope,
unless I'm in
never.
a time crunch, which sometimes is the case.
Yep.
But otherwise, no. Like it has to really. I need time to like work through it and kind of figure that stuff out there. So
absolutely.
So I would change all the colors and that kind of thing, and then obviously I would choose a photo of me because we know we have a lot of them.
Yes. And girl, let's pick the best one.
Let's pick the best
It's gonna be
ones.
hard. It's gonna be hard.
You know
There's
what?
plenty.
We're gonna figure it out. Let me see. Let me just ungroup this real quick. Okay.
All right.
I should be able to grab them.
They might be in your brands.
Down here.
Yes.
Okay. So this one is actually there's a couple that are similar to what she's doing on her laptop. So I'm gonna just take one of those. Okay. Okay, so I'll take that. Oh, I did two. See,
twice.
again, you can't have enough. You can't have enough. We'll move that around a little bit. What I like to do sometimes too is like, I don't mind having the whole kind of picture in there, but sometimes I like to play around and like remove the background and just see what dimension that gives.
Okay.
You know what I mean? See what the vibe is and see if I like it.
Yeah.
See how I want to move things around a little bit, because sometimes doing that just adds a different element to your design. What do you think?
Okay.
I kind of like the full
Yeah.
picture.
I like the
You're like, oh, okay, sure. You're like, you could do that. That's one way to go.
We do something to the white. Maybe we could do that. I was like, how honest you want to be? I like the full photo. Yeah, this
That's
crop
fair.
that in a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. She could tell. She was like, she's not feeling that.
She doesn't like that one.
But yes, I love this. It just kind of, I like that you kept the environment.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that too. I think that's awesome. I think too, because the environment is it's a kind of like a monument in Winnipeg, so people would recognize that, which I really appreciate.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's kind of like how I kind of get started. And then let me just go back here and see. I don't think I like the stuff at the bottom. Actually, I don't know. I got to think about it.
Ooh, and Kristen made a great comment as well. I think it would be super cool to see Adobe Express integrate AI features to help build out copy recommendations, which I think would be honestly crazy to do. Like, that would be really, really phenomenal, because sometimes a lot of the struggle as well is focusing and figuring out your copy.
Yes.
So I really love that suggestion. So Adobe, if you're looking for things to do, if you're looking for a new feature, the creators are telling you right now, the creators are asking for it.
Honestly, that's a good point, because like that's where I shine is with the copy. Like that's what I do. Like I've been a writer first.
Yep.
So that part I like, but I can see how if you're someone who's very much design first, then having that AI copy capability would be super helpful for you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Oh yeah, I feel like your logo in here just it fits.
Right?
It fits so well. Oh.
Yeah, I think I'll keep that main one there. And what I'm envisioning, I kind of want to design it as a carousel so people can swipe through like on Instagram. Yeah. Instagram's our core platform. But then I would also use them as one-offs too. So I'll take individual services and then kind of turn them into what I need here. So one thing I want to do here is kind of edit the text. I'll just do, we're going to keep it basic for now. Change that. Just move things around. Services. Services. Very intriguing. Services. How we can help you. Yeah.
Let us help you.
Let us help you figure some stuff out here. Yeah, exactly. And what I want to do before I even forget, so I said this in my last live, but when it comes to Instagram posts, I always create my designs in the portrait. Because they're bigger on the platform, so when people are scrolling through, it takes up more space.
Agreed, yes, and I'm the same way, especially like when I use Adobe Express to put my images or prepare my posts for Instagram. I don't like a square. It takes too much from the image.
It really
and
does.
So that's a 4x5 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It takes up more space. It really gets people's attention. And so I really like that option. So is that what you're feeling we're gonna do to this?
Absolutely,
There we
absolutely.
go.
So we'll start with the square, but before I get too far into it, because even though I know I can resize this at any time, I want to do it earlier, because when you resize it, you still have to make some adjustments. So if I can do it early in the process, it'll save me some time later, right?
Better.
Exactly. So I'm just going, I hit the resize and I just went down here to Instagram portrait.
Ooh, and there's a suggestion, which if you guys have comments, suggestions, please be sure to drop them. But Key said, I'm personally not liking the sharp edges in the templates. I feel like rounder corners and some wave lines is less corporate and more in tune with Charmaine's brand.
That's a
Come on, that was Keys. That was Keys.
Okay, fine. I agree. Okay. So then, how about this? I clicked on the picture of me, and let's add some effects to that one, because I think in here, not the effects. What am I looking for here? I want the crop. So it's already square. We don't like the sharp corners. I understand that. So I understand the circle idea here. And I would have to change this stuff. What would I do with this? Should I make that a circle too?
Make it. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, we can always just see. We don't like it. I like how you put it off a little bit.
Like kind of like.
Let it kind of come in, and then I like that. Ooh,
guys, don't judge me. I'm getting nervous now. I'm getting nervous now.
Now it's like, dang, y'all really watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all really watching. But that was a really. I love how they really called that out and said, you know what, it doesn't feel like your brand.
Like my brand, absolutely.
So this feels more. I like the circle.
And I think because there's a couple of like white elements here, and obviously white is a neutral. It could be for any brand, but one of my other main colors would be the yellow, so I would definitely have to incorporate that somewhere. And I think that's already starting to look, again, if you go back to my website, like it's going back to those colors, right? So I think that is already making things a little bit better, which I appreciate. So I like that.
So we can keep playing around, and I do like the suggestion too to add like some wavy lines. So once we kind of get some the context, more like and we get the context on there, we can kind of see what can we add.
What can we add? What can we change? The other thing I do too, like I said, like I'm gonna work on something for a while, and I'll make a couple of different versions to see what I like best. So sometimes I kind of like to work on them simultaneously. So what I'll do, even though I'm nowhere near done with this one, I would just duplicate that page because I don't want to lose that in case I do like that direction. But I'll simultaneously start on another direction just in case, and just see how things come together and see how I really feel about it.
And that's a good call out because you don't want to have to, like, yes, you can always click the back button, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z to go back. But it's just better to, if you like something, keep a copy of it and just start on a new copy and pick up where you left off.
Exactly. Well, sometimes what I would do too, and like I can change it in here, but sometimes for me it's just easier to go back to the home screen. But with that one, I did use the text to template feature. Sometimes when I start on a design, instead of using that one, I will use text to image, right? So sometimes I'll type in something like, let's say, minimal, again, don't look at my spelling, but like luxury office with lots of plants.
Ooh, okay.
I like that because that's not what I have at home in the bedroom that I work out of. But
that's what you would want.
That's
We're
what I
manifesting
would.
it.
That's what I would want.
That's what you see for yourself.
Exactly. Like this is definitely something my vibe. Again, they kind of generate a couple of different options for me. Even that one I think is a little bit better. I like that too. I like
the window.
Yeah, me too. I think that's what I drawn towards. I like that one too. Kind
that's
of.
nice.
Yeah. Let me just load a few more and just see. Like having at least a good 8 options to choose from. And obviously you could use stock photos as well, but sometimes again there's something in your head that's very specific that it might be hard to find a photo that already exists for, and that's why the AI capabilities with this is really helpful because you can really take anything from your brain and put it into your screen. Exactly.
And then the other thing too is like you might see something, it might generate something that you're like, wait, you know, I was thinking another direction, but I really like that it's taking me in this direction. So it's just really nice that you, not me hitting the microphone.
She's getting excited.
I got a little too excited. But I just really love, can y'all tell I love Adobe Express? I just love that variety that you have there and how creative, I said this in the last stream, how creative you can be with Express and the AI component. I think sometimes people think that it's doing the work for you. It's like, no, you still have to generate the idea. You still have to have the vision in your mind, but I really like how it takes your idea and gives you the visual aspect, and you can see what you like, don't like, and get the perfect image that you were looking for.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yep.
But see, here's where I run into, some things here. So like I like being able to generate something that I feel is very on brand. And I think what I would probably do something like this is where I would put the information. It wouldn't be any pictures or anything, but just like the information, because I feel, and maybe you guys feel differently, let me know, and you can let me know too. Once I add in a picture of myself, it kind of depends on the picture, I guess, too, right? But once I add something in, I'm like, does it, you know what I mean? Like,
does it fit?
Do I feel out of place?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, does it look like I'm standing? You guys, listen.
I love how you had that ready on the white backdrop, ready to remove the backdrop.
Exactly.
Does it look like I'm in the room?
I'm in the room.
Take your feet out of it. Without the feet. No feet.
Does it look like I'm in the room? Guys, this is why I say I'm not a graphic designer, okay? I like to do simple things.
Wow.
Here's me in my office.
I'm so sorry. Okay, that looks better.
But it's not bad, right? It's not bad. Okay.
No, I don't think that's bad. I think now that you've expanded it out, kind of sized yourself to the drop.
I was shorter than the desk. I'm like,
oh yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying it.
Like I'm in the room.
It is, the proportions were off.
The proportions, yeah.
But keep yourself,
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
That feels, and then once we remove the, ooh, Jeff said animate a slide in.
Me sliding into the room. Okay, wait, let's try that. Okay, so.
Oh, that's actually gonna be really nice.
I think that'd be cool.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, let me just see. Okay, so I can bounce in.
Slide from the right to
from
the
left.
Or what is it? Yeah, the left to right.
Left
I don't know
to
my
right.
directions.
How do I get out of the bungee?
So if you go back up to the bungee and just like trash it.
Oh, okay.
And then click on it again.
And then find the other one. Okay, let me just hover over some.
Ooh.
Appear out of the plant. This is like I'm a ghost, just like drift. Is this what we're thinking?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Okay, so I can slide it.
Okay, yes. The slide in is the magical touch that makes it feel a little bit more balanced. So thank you, Jeff, for that suggestion. Keys also said lots of laughs today and love it. One thing about us here, we're going to laugh. Okay, we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were so small. I have an actual tear in my eye.
Oh my God.
Okay, yes. Add our text.
Yes. Okay. And now here's the thing. Now what I could do, because if again, there's so many cool AI features in here, and there is the, what do you call it? Not text to image. What was it called? The other one. Image to text?
It was image to text, yes.
Yeah.
No. Was it text?
Yeah, because like, you know what?
The one we did for this one, you did text to image.
Right.
Yes.
But I want to do the opposite where I describe the look of the text I want to create.
Yes, image to text, yes.
Okay. Right.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, do not apologize. So, if I... Okay, so here it is. So the text effects here. So if I want to describe a texture, I love this feature so much because you can make text out of anything, right? So I can write... let's see, I don't know.
Do you know what's funny is like when it gets to I struggle with this because when it gets to describing what you want, I don't know how to describe it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's like I love how you can take your text and it can create, but I don't even know the text I want to use.
That's the thing, and that's what I'm like. I think this is such a cool feature. And I like it, but like I feel sometimes I don't have the full vision in my head.
Yeah.
And if I don't have that full vision, I can't articulate it and type it
That's
in.
what it is. That's what it is.
So that's where I struggle because even this, I do like that. And I just typed in small pink flowers, and I think that's really cute. It's not on brand for me, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, in order to use this, I'm like, okay, for a marketing agency, what do you guys think I should, what kind of texture do you think would be appropriate for something like this? Again, knowing my branding, going back to my website, kind of knowing the colors
texture,
and the vibe, like what kind of texture
See if it can do like a... I don't know, Keys mentioned the waviness. I'm sorry, y'all, the dancing. It's just, I just feel like, okay, maybe not. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
I don't know if see, I can't articulate it. I have something in my head I can't articulate. So let's do this. Y'all, what do you see based off of Charmaine's brand?
Yeah.
Can we generate, what should we generate for this font? And somebody asked, wow, is that a font generative AI? Yes, so you can use the text to generate whatever font that you are looking for. It'll give you options. So Charmaine typed in small pink flowers and it gave us some font with some small pink flowers. So Monstera leaves. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I can't read that. Do you know, y'all that can see?
That's funny. Monster leaves.
I said monster leaves. Yeah. Okay.
Because like I do like the Monstera leaves or palm leaves or something.
Leaves, that's really nice, and it pulls in the background too.
Yeah, I like that as like an accent kind of like asset. So but again, I just don't know how I can make it still fit nicely. Maybe it's a matter, I think obviously I need to add in something in the background, right? To like
probably, yeah, because of what it's doing right now, it's clashing with your background, right? So it feels like a lot. And someone also offered like a classic brush hit texture.
Brush hit texture.
Can you explain that further?
I'm here to learn from you guys.
Please.
Okay, I need
yes, this is a collaborative,
like
option here, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, we put something behind it, I think could help to create some separation so that way it's not, also difficult to read.
Right.
I really said monster leaves.
I can type that in next and see what pops up.
MONST.
I would have read it like that too. Yeah.
I did to the A.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I would have read it like that too.
Ooh, Jeff with the suggestions. I think a bamboo texture.
Ooh, bamboo.
I think
okay.
bamboo could be really nice.
Okay, let's see.
I think bamboo could be very, very nice, and also will help to break up. I feel like bamboos add really nicely with the leaves that you already have in the photo, so maybe that would help.
That would help.
Let's see.
Okay, I just typed in bamboo. I might have to be more specific in a second,
yeah.
but let's just see what this generates for that.
And then some other suggestions. You can also add a rounded box behind the text so it jumps off the page a bit more. Yeah,
that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Key said orange, orchid, exotic, tropical, leaf, petal. So like a lot of options there that you get to play around with.
Okay, I like that. This is what the bamboo kind of came up with. And I don't mind that. I don't know about this particular image.
Yeah.
But I do like, if I say like tropical
blue suede.
Leaves. Oh, blue suede.
Ooh.
Or maybe like a green, like a velvet green.
Ooh, maybe velvet. Let's
velvet
see.
Green.
And this is what we talked about earlier. If you are not just allowing yourself to be free and just try and have trial and error, you are not being creative. And so that is a lot of this process that we're doing right now, which is really nice. You guys get to see it in real time.
Yeah. This is literally how I work. I'm just very much like, what should I try? Because like, again, sometimes I have a general idea, but because it's not so crisp in my mind, I can't articulate it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm the exact same way. You could ask me, I'm like, if you want to take an image from my brain, you probably be able to get what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
But if you want me to explain it to you, baby, I cannot.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly it. I'll try one more, and
let's
then
try that blue suede. See what that brings.
How do you spell suede? S-U-E-D-E.
Oh,
when I just said I'm more of a writer.
So Kristen gave that option, and she said, I think she's got a lot of blue in her brand, so maybe a nice suede could look neat.
Yeah.
So there's that. Jeff said, I think it needs the brightness of the bamboo to contrast. What about a bamboo background layer? Ooh.
Oh,
I like that.
Background layer.
So maybe the text could be simple, but the bamboo background could kind of pop out. I don't know. Trial and error, you guys. Trial and error.
Now, this is just a stock photo.
Stock photo, yeah.
Do we still want to try that? Like,
it's up to you. What you want to try?
I'm just trying to think about.
I think.
Are you thinking? Because you're thinking that instead. He's thinking that instead of this.
Yeah, I think Jeff is thinking that. With the imagery as a whole. And Jeff, please, I don't want to speak for you, so please let me know if you're like, Idara girl, you are off. But I think what Jeff is saying is that the overall photo just needs like brightness.
Yeah.
And like a contrast, right? Because there's a lot of greens, there's a lot of the greenery.
For sure.
So the bamboo would be able to provide that contrast. So if we don't like that in the text, maybe if we create a background, would we like that?
I'm just going to also show you guys my Instagram just quickly.
It's very smart.
Because there's not a lot of like photos and elements on my website per se. But I think if I show you my Instagram, that'll also give you a better idea of the visuals I have created for it. Like, for example, the last one I did was this one right here. And that one I did in Express. And with that one, I was kind of having fun with some of the new like features within the mobile app. So I created this one. And again, I love that remove background tool. And then this was the carousel post. So that was the first one. And then I had some fun with, again, removing the background. This background here was the text image that we've just tried. I like the fact that with the remove background, I can make it look like I'm leaning on that text.
Yeah.
So this is me experimenting with different things and trying to make it on brand, but also a bit more fun. I think my personality is usually fun and like whatever, but with our visual branding, it is a bit more, you know what I mean?
No, I agree. So I think that this is so far like on brand with what you're already doing is adding those elements of yourself with the background.
Yeah.
And so I think
See, that's what I was looking for. These kind of like leaves.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was generated with, again, the text to image, and then also I use the what did I call it? The insert objects, because I thought it was a little bit, I liked it, but I needed a bit more of a pop. And again, yellows are secondary colors. So I used the insert object to add in these little flowers here too.
That's really nice.
And I really like that. But again, it took me a while to do, because again, in my brain, I'm like, okay, visually, what am I trying to put together, right? So.
And Jeff, thank you for explaining, because I didn't want to speak for you. But Jeff said the text is too dark. It's
too dark.
So have a bamboo background behind the text. Hope that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay. I made it complicated.
That's okay. It is all good. But like, here's my Instagram. Again, not everything is 100% cohesive, but it gives you an idea of what I've been kind of creating. And like, again, the things I'm creating right now in Express is what's going to go on Instagram. I'm going to put it here to kind of explain a breakdown of our services and what we offer. Okay. And this is just kind of what the vibe has been so far. So just to give you a bit more context into the visuals that I've been creating, and then to go back here. So what I think I'm going to do, okay, listen. I think sometimes I try too hard to make something fit when it doesn't have to fit, right? Because I feel it's great that there's so many amazing features in here, but at the end of the day, if something doesn't fit, just try something else. Try something that feels a bit more you, right?
You don't have to force it if it doesn't fit.
Exactly.
And you tried it, and that goes back to, again, trial and guess. You tried it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And so I think going back to your basics in this sense can be really beneficial.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. No, totally agree.
And I think with that, maybe incorporating what was being said earlier was incorporating like a background or something to create that separation between the text and, I like how you added that like pop in there too.
Yeah, because I think for me, when in doubt, I like to add just like a shadow just to make it pop a little bit, especially if it's just white text.
My brain said, when in doubt, shadow it out.
Shadow it out. That's a new phrase. When in doubt, shadow it out.
That's what my brain went to. When you said when in doubt, I said shadow it out.
Shadow it out, yeah, exactly.
And that looks really nice.
Right? And that looks simple. I think, again, that's the things, because sometimes I do want to be creative and I do want to add a lot of fun elements, but sometimes it's just not...
Yeah, it's just not the vibe.
The right for the piece or for what I'm trying to create there, right? So something like that I think is a lot more simple. I still think it needs something too, so I might even go back and look at the, let me see. Not in here. I wanted to go back to the shape. Okay. Because sometimes it's just adding something like that, right? So like I would change this to obviously my actual color. But then, but see, with that though, I don't like it with the shadow. So I'd have to go back to get the shadow out. So if I go remove the shadow, like it's already coming together. Like you see, again, we'll go back to my Instagram. You can see how it's gonna fit, right? Yeah. we're getting there. With the help of Jeff and everyone else in the chat. You guys are amazing. Yes. I'm so happy to have you all here.
And I love how interactive y'all are being. It is making this so much fun and really, really collaborative. And that's what it's supposed to be like here at Adobe Live. So thank y'all so much for being as just present. All right, so shout out to y'all, because we wouldn't have gotten here without y'all.
Without you, exactly.
I like that. I think the balance is there. It doesn't feel like too much.
Too much, exactly.
And like you said, if something does not work, then it doesn't have to work.
Well, and the thing, exactly, it doesn't have to work. You don't have to force it. I am going to add one more thing in here before I kind of move on. Again, I'm not going to finish this like until it's like complete, because I want to work on a couple other slides too.
Absolutely.
But I at least want to include our branding, right? So
that would be nice,
right? It would be ideal, right?
It would be ideal.
Maybe I'll put my logo in there. Who knows? Let's just see what happens. So we could do the yellow.
I kind of like the logo on the computer.
Real? Oh, that's so smart. Okay. Okay.
I don't do this. Y'all, but sometimes I have a little tip. I was wondering if it was gonna be too small.
No, I think it's perfect.
But I just feel like it's just like boop. I'm here. Boop 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 boop. Go to the website.
Go to the website. Boop boop. Yeah. Me in the corner pops up on the graphic. Boop boop. Okay, so that's the yellow. Maybe I kind of want to try the white and just see if I like that any differently.
Yeah.
Because something about black and yellow
could be a little bit difficult. Like still hard on the eyes. Yeah, the white is nice. It's just and it's clear and it's crisp.
Right? Yeah, I like that. I think with the yellow is giving San Francisco Giants, because yesterday when I arrived here, there were so many people wearing black and orange. It wasn't yellow, but it was black and orange. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, oh yeah, baseball's a big thing here. Where are you from?
Not baseball is a big thing here.
It's not that big in Winnipeg.
Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona.
Is
So,
baseball big there too? Or?
Girl, I don't know. I think all the sports, football, baseball, basketball. I'm a basketball fan, so I can't speak to anything else. Baseball is my least favorite sport. I'm so sorry to say it. I'm so sorry to say it.
You know what? I went to one baseball game, and it was so long, and it looked like no one was playing. I'm like, are they taking a break? Or what's happening? Do we get an inning or an outing? Like, I don't know.
No, I can't sit for that long.
Right?
But I love that y'all love it.
I love that y'all love it. We just got a basketball team in Winnipeg. What are we called?
Got a basketball team.
Yeah, I think it's called something about the Sea Bears, or like
a professional basketball team, or like is it like
they put the ball through a hoop at game. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. But the name, it's something weird, like something bear. I don't know. It sounds like a kids team, but it's adults playing.
Charmaine, please. You're so for real right now. It sounds like a kid.
It does, like the Sea Bears or something. Like, what is a sea bear? Like a polar bear? I love Winnipeg. I'm not trying to.
I'm here choking.
You know?
Anyway, y'all.
Okay.
So Jeff put the comments are, y'all are commenting. Y'all are here today. Okay. Jeff said, I am popping wheelies for you gals. Love it. Kristen said, OMG, the logo sitting in the computer screen. Obsessed.
Genius. See?
Ooh, can I even speak today?
It's okay.
OMG, add an animation to that chef's kiss.
Oh, we did. Look, remember?
Oh, I think she means to the.
Oh, sorry.
Girl, how could I forget? How could I forget?
Are we saying to the logo?
To the logo, yes.
So, do we want to, okay, let's
loop it in and let's see if it like.
Ooh,
that.
I like the bounce. Pop. Oh, I like how it pops.
I like a pop. The pop is nice.
I think the pop is cool.
Yeah, it's kind of subtle because you're already sliding in, so you don't want it to kind of come in again.
Yeah.
But the pop just kind of like.
Pop. Okay, so let's.
Yeah.
And then maybe the arrow too we should animate.
Yeah, just a little.
Go to
something. The next slide.
What is?
Oh yes, Jeff said American football. I'm seeing that in here.
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing the rest of the world is football.
Okay, we're very much hockey.
That is true.
Canada / Winnipeg.
That is very true. That's very true.
Yeah, hockey is what we're all about there. Oh, the wiggle's cute. Okay, look, guys, genius.
Little wiggle.
Look at this. Look how great. Wait, let's animate this one too.
That's sometimes that's the fun thing. Like the animations are just so much fun. It just be like, why not? Just a lot of animations. Just bam. You get an animation. You get an animation. Like it's just like why not?
Okay, so let's just see here. Oh wait, hold on.
Okay.
Is that too much? What do we think?
Is that too much, y'all?
Everything's animated right now. Is that too much? I hope they bring me back to this again. I'm scared now.
They will go. We're good.
Okay, but like,
no, I don't think it's too much.
Not too much.
I think that everything is still very subtle.
Okay.
To where it doesn't feel like whoa,
yeah,
too many things, and it's not like everything's taking too long to come in.
Right.
So I think we are in a good spot here, and we have about, do the math, Idara, less than 15 minutes left. I want to say so. Let's get into the services.
Okay. So
what are the services?
That's a very good question. So I already duplicated this so I can kind of work on the service one here. So I want to focus on our social media services. That's the main thing that we offer. And let me just see. I kind of want to do a text to template here.
Okay.
Oh, these are cute on their own. Ooh. Wait a second.
Hold on.
This is what happens. I get distracted by other things.
Ooh, Adobe. This is nice.
These are really good.
The Blooms and Buds workshop. Oh, I wish I could. I want to do floral arrangements now.
Oh, that would be cool.
I love that. They already look so nice.
Right? Darn. Okay. I like this one, but I'm going to look for something else. You know, I like that though, but let's just see.
Let's just keep playing around with the creativity here.
Oh wait, didn't I already create one? Didn't I do one already?
did you?
I did, yep. Where did it go here?
We didn't do this together, no?
We did, yeah.
Ooh,
Remember, I did it over here.
Oh, yes, we did. Oh, my goodness, we did do this. We did start it. I got so sidetracked. I can't even say we. I got sidetracked with everything else. No, we did start this.
We're good. I think because this I started as the cover of the carousel, but now I think I want to use this as explaining the services.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, so I think actually what I want to do, if I'm being honest, I want to just move a lot of things around. So I want to actually put this on this other side here. I think for some reason I'm being drawn to doing this with that. Let me just see here. Again, this was a text to template. I can't remember what I typed in. Oh no, it says right here. It said I put in marketing service promotion for Instagram, and we picked that pink one. That's where this started. Was that pink one? Yeah.
And then we kind of
switched up a bit.
Exactly.
And then we changed the shape because I think I agreed that it was a bit too sharp. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but we'll keep working on it. And then, I want to ungroup this, and then we'll get into the services here.
Services. The part we've been all waiting for.
Yes. So, social media content management is the main thing we offer. Okay. I'm not going to try and do any text effects on this one.
We're going to keep this one
We're going to keep it simple, okay? We're keeping it simple here. Okay.
Y'all are too kind. Jeff said I can watch you ladies on Adobe Live every day.
God. Wait, do we need a podcast?
We need a podcast.
Bro.
Hey, Adobe, if you want to give us a podcast.
Yes, please. That'd be amazing.
That'd be nice. Listen, the people asked for it.
Yeah.
Jeff asked for it.
Jeff asked for it. If Jeff asked for it, we're going to make sure we get it for him.
Listen, we got you, Jeff.
Podcast
we got you.
for Jeff. Okay.
All right, so we got social media content management.
Yes. So I already wrote out like the list of like our services here. So usually what I do, and I know it's a lot of text, but I just start and copy everything and I'll put it into my design here. Let me just change the color so you guys can see that. I just copy and paste everything in and just see how it looks with all that text, and then I just eliminate as we go here. Okay. It's okay, guys.
Just eliminate as we go. Everything's gone.
It happened like that. There we go.
Oh, there we go. The text was a little too much.
That's too much. Yeah, exactly. This is why we have to pare down after.
That was too funny. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I really tried not to laugh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, let's make that.
Let me just make it look super small here and just like get everything in.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Yes,
See,
we got it.
On the right
got
track
here, y'all.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we have all of our text.
Yeah.
Now, how much of it do we need?
We don't need a lot because people don't want to read a lot of text.
Yeah.
They want quick and easy information. But I want to. Let me just here. I'm gonna move this out of the way here because that is distracting me a little bit. I'm just gonna you know what? I don't want to get rid of it. I'm just gonna make it small and then move it.
Put it aside, yeah.
That way I don't
now
lose it if I need it.
To really look at
to really look at it,
yeah.
exactly. So yeah. So for the sake of this, I'm just gonna delete, maybe this half here, just so you guys can kind of see what it'll kind of look like after the fact. And then I do want this to be a bullet point list here, all over here. So let me go on the side here, make it a bullet point list. Oops.
You got the bullets, I can't see it.
It
didn't, right?
No.
You might need to highlight it and then add or click on the box.
Oh. There we go.
There it is.
Perfect.
Actually, click on the bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Click on the bullets.
All right, we got it.
Right? Okay. So, this is what it's looking like now. Guys, don't judge me, okay?
No, there's no judgment here at Adobe Live, okay? There is no judgment. Oh, and Cody Bear. Listen, Cody, you be coming through. So we might not have an Idara and Charmaine podcast, but we do have an Adobe podcast in the making, okay?
Ooh.
Listen, if you have not listened, go ahead and do so. Thank you so much, Cody, for dropping the link in the chat. So go ahead and check that out. I believe you can find that podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts, whether that is here on Adobe Live or you're going to watch it on or listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and it is with Teresa Au. So go ahead and watch and listen, not watch. I think it's just like listen. It's a podcast, Idara, not a
Yeah.
video podcast. But listen to that podcast. Yes. Thank you for dropping that link.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yes, we already do it. Like, ain't nothing new.
You're just missing us.
Or you
though.
just yeah.
I think we're the key component that the people are looking for.
So check it out. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful podcast, and it features some of the great, just a lot of like creatives throughout the economy. So go ahead and listen. And I believe Teresa just features a lot of different creatives. So yes, thank you for dropping that in there. Would love a little cameo of that.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Okay. So
What do we have? Okay.
this is where we're starting.
We're starting here.
We're gonna finish it at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the issues I'm having right now is this. So I need to change
it just feels
this
like
to
it's
be a different
there.
shape. Yeah. This should be just a
Not
circle
adding anything. Yeah.
that like is behind here. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
And now, see what time we tried it.
Yep.
Don't like it.
Try it.
We go try it again.
Try it. Don't love it.
Somebody threw a quote in there. That's another one to throw. Tried it. Don't like it. Try it again.
Try it
Okay.
again. Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do over here. That is the design process.
Exactly. But it comes together. Like I
Yeah.
said, okay, just so you guys know that I know how to do this. Again, this is my Instagram. I do it. I created this not too long
We
ago on
believe
Express.
you.
I do it all the time. It's just in the moment.
We believe you know you're doing
It's different.
Okay, let's take a moment, y'all. We have about 5 more minutes left or so. Let's take a moment to give Charmaine her flowers, okay? Because she here doubted herself, and we don't want that. We don't want her leaving with this feeling of, you guys, I do it.
I do.
We know, girl. We
I know what I'm doing. I promise.
You're doing great.
It comes together. Okay.
You're doing great.
Follow me on Instagram so you can be able to look out to see these graphics when they're done.
Yes. Okay, so you're gonna be
I'm
posting
gonna
this?
post them. Yeah,
Okay,
for
perfect,
sure.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Not even post them. I'm gonna schedule them because I use a
Yes.
schedule. So let me show you that part at least.
Let's do that. 'Cause we're getting close to the
We're getting
end.
close. But see, look how much better that looks with the circle.
Yeah, that looks a lot
See,
better.
it comes together. It's
Yeah.
just a matter, like, again, when I use a template, I just need something to start with. I can never design something entirely from scratch.
Yeah.
So whether I'm looking at a pre-made template or it's text template, I need somewhere to start
Yeah.
so I can move things and make it my own. By the time this is done, it'll probably look nothing like that pink template we saw
Yeah.
initially,
Yeah.
but it's going to be something on brand that I'm happy with
Exactly.
at some point.
Sometimes you just need to start the nice little
Exactly.
starting point, and then you can make it whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. So let's pretend this is ready and ready to post on Instagram. All you would have to do if you've never used the schedule before, I love it because it's just, you can design things in app and then schedule it right from here.
Yeah.
And you can actually schedule from the mobile app
you
as well.
can.
Because I know a lot of you guys are always on the go, as am I. So it's nice to be able to do that. So all you'd have to do is just click share. And then it has a bunch of different social media platforms you can share to. So Instagram, X, Pinterest, all that jazz. And then I'll just choose to schedule my post.
Yep.
And then here is where I would copy in my captions. So I always
Yeah.
write my captions in a Google Doc first, just because I want to make sure I have them so I can repurpose them for blog posts, email campaigns, wherever I need them. So I'll take it from my Google Drive or my Google Doc, copy it here, choose your channels. You can choose multiple, right? So Instagram and Facebook are our main platforms for us. I
Yep.
do schedule to TikTok as well sometimes for my community because we do have a TikTok.
Okay.
But let's say I want to do Instagram, put in my caption. The thing that's nice here too is if you want, you can actually schedule your first comment. Some people prefer to put their hashtags in the first comment. I think Instagram prefers that it happens in the main caption, but
Yeah.
you can do that if you want to.
Yeah.
And it gives you that option. And then once you have it ready to go, you can preview it to make sure everything looks right.
Yeah.
And then you can just simply choose the date and time that you want to schedule it for. It is
Yes.
so handy.
Now I have a question though.
Yeah.
Because right now we're only looking at the post that we made that has your social media.
Yep.
The services, excuse me. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Can I, with that little plus button, add the version of you that we were doing before that one when you popped in the animation?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
how do we add that in there?
So if we did that, so let's say we went back to the home screen here and I went to schedule. there's different options. You can schedule from the template
She
that
already
you're
using
currently
it.
in.
Listen,
I use
Charmaine
it.
said, I'm not doing this for the stream.
I use it. Right? So let's say I wanted to schedule something for, I don't have anything scheduled for May. So let's say I wanted to schedule something for May 1st.
Yep.
I would just go to new post.
Yep.
And then here's where you choose your media for, right? So you can drag and drop or just browse. And you can either upload from your desktop. So maybe you have a picture on your desktop already that you want to schedule, or a graphic you've already downloaded. Or I can look at the last few things that I've made here and choose those, right?
Yep.
So if I want to, I can choose this one
And we can just add everything
and
in
add
there,
everything in.
which is really great because like sometimes like if you're putting everything on if you're working on everything in one space, it makes it easy in that sense, but you can't pick and choose and move around in that sense.
Exactly.
So I really love this. I love that you showed us a bit of everything today, Charmaine. Like you showed us your branding, who you are, how you got there. You showed us how how you would go about creating your social media content. And I think there were just a lot of gems. I know we're getting close to, basically at our closing time. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this. This will be posted on Instagram.
It's going to be, follow me on Instagram to make sure you'll hold me accountable.
Yep.
Okay?
Please hold her accountable.
Hold me accountable, please.
And I hope that y'all love this stream today. It seemed like y'all did. And so really grateful for y'all joining us today. Be sure to stay. We have one more stream in the day. And I will see y'all there. All right. Bye. Stay in the chat. Don't go nowhere.
Watch out for our podcast.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is Kristen, and I just went and chugged 3 cups of coffee because those guys and their energy, I had to make sure I somehow raise the bar and match their level. But welcome back, everybody. My name is Kristen. I will be your host for the next hour alongside the very talented Idara Ekpoh. We are so excited to dive into what you're going to be doing.
I'm so excited too. Y'all, if you have been with us all day, let me tell you something right now. My face hurts, okay? My face hurts. And I just am really excited to be here and talk to you guys about bring a different element. I know we've been talking about Adobe Express, and I still will incorporate Adobe Express in here. We're gonna touch on some new Photoshop features with Generative AI and the beta app, and then just kind of talk about photography, just add a little different flair. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Idara. I am a portrait photographer based in Phoenix, Arizona. Pulled up my website so you guys can see my credentials since we were talking about,
Credentials. Yeah.
See, I do this. I can do it. So if the street does not show you that I can do it, just know I can do it. So I am a portrait photographer. So today I'm really excited to just dive into some of the new work that I have that I'm just really working on, and we're going to be really incorporating. We'll be doing a number of different apps. So we're going to start in Lightroom just because that's where I put everything in first. We'll go into Photoshop, and then later on the day, towards the end of the street, at some point, we'll kind of see if we can touch on one of my favorite features or new features that are currently in the beta app.
So good. So exciting. Before we jump in, because
Yes.
this is so exciting, I'm such a fan. I can't wait to see this all play out. I just want to say hello to everyone joining us in our live chat. We are live. So if you have anything, questions to ask Idara, make sure you throw those in the chat.
Please do.
And I'd like to say hello. Who we got? We got Cody Bear. We got Jack.
Yes, we
Akin. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, throw in any questions, comments for Idara in the chat. We'll have those addressed for you.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a number of different images. This is all new work that I have shot. What month are we in? We're in April? I shot this in March.
Wow.
And I'm in a space right now, in a season as a photographer, where I am doing a lot of studio photography. In the beginning of my journey, I was all outdoors, focusing just with the sun, and now I am experimenting. Can I speak? I've been here for a while, y'all. Happily so. But experimenting with working in studio. So I have a couple of different vibes here. I love color. So we have some shots that are here vibrant with some different colors. I love portraits and people, as you can see. And so we're just gonna jump around. And I don't really have an image that I'm like, I plan to start off with. So I figured, let me just ask. Kristen, I can ask you, and I can ask the chat too, to see if they're aligned, if the vibes are, aligned as one.
Yep.
Where should I start? So out of these images, where are you like, ooh, I want you to start here?
Okay, well, firstly, they're all so powerful, but I have to say, that one speaks to me.
This
It's like
one?
staring into my soul. Yeah, staring into my soul and like connecting with me on like a whole different level.
Oh, I love
it.
And I love it too because I don't think I've shown this one in a previous stream like a couple weeks ago, but I have not talked about this one, and I have not even personally edited this photo yet. Ooh. So we can go ahead and do that here. And so for me, the way that I usually start a lot of my workflow is I look at the image and I don't know where I want to go. I don't come into Lightroom, Photoshop with like, I have an idea plan for what this image is going to look like. I just kind of go with the flow and vibe. And like we've been talking about this whole stream, trial and error. If you don't try, you're not being creative. So I'm going to start off though. I do have steps, like places that I start and kind of allow me to navigate to where I can get that end product, right?
Right.
So we are here. I start with profiles. Now I shoot with a Canon camera. I'm a Canon girl through and through. I do have a Fujifilm. I've shot with Sony, so I love all camera brands, but I do shoot with Canon. And so in here you'll see that I have Canon's color profiles. Now this, for me, I can't really articulate. I'm not an articulate photographer that articulates what she does.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I know what I do, and I tell myself what each button does. Now, whether or not you gonna think it's the same thing,
That's a different thing.
But usually I'm pretty spot on. But I just love camera profiles because it's a nice place to start to kind of figure out the toning of the image, right? So it's not like a preset. It's not like, I think I would think of them as being very similar, but it's just kind of like a setting point. Like, so you can see here, it's usually, I'm always on the Adobe Color. If I want to make this black and white, which I'm in a season of black and white as well, and this is actually staring into my soul even more. So we may have to come back to this because I wanted to keep it colorful. There's a landscape option. Obviously you can see this, I'm gonna hover off. You can see what it looks like without, what it looks like with it on. Of course, I'm assuming this was made from landscape. Sometimes I do add it onto portraits depending on what it looks like. There's a portrait option that kind of mutes the colors a little bit. If you can see, I hope you guys can see that on your screens as well. There's a Vivid, Adobe Vivid, which I really do like that. Standard, and then here we have, I think there's also, where's Faithful? Yes, and then these are the camera matching ones. So these are the ones that are also in my camera. So there's Faithful, which, ooh, that's really nice. Ooh.
That's something special. I love what it did there in the top right corner.
Wow, me too. That's where my eyes went
to.
So Faithful is number one.
Yeah. Be faithful to faithful.
We got neutral, be faithful to faithful. We got a lot of quotes today, okay? All right. And listen, I don't want to see y'all putting these quotes on t-shirts.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Copyright.
Copyright. So neutral, standard. I think, let's start off with Faithful. I really feel like that is really speaking to me. I think, and of course, you can always refer back and forth between where you're at now and where you started. So you can just see with just changing the color profile, we are already seeing something different here. Now, if one thing, that's not what I wanted. No, I love to use adaptive presets. Now, when these came out, I believe last year with in Lightroom, I just think they're just such a game changer, excuse me. And they just make it so easy for you to just do things that you would have to create a mask for, right? So I don't have to create masks for enhancing the eyes or whitening the teeth. I just have an adaptive preset for that. So I see his eyes. We already talked about them staring into our soul, but we're gonna, not me clicking on whiten teeth. No. We're gonna enhance the eyes. Now, if I feel like I want it more, I can increase it, which, that's a little too much for me. If I wanted to pull back, which usually I do, I could do that. Usually I kind of bring things down to like a 50% type of, if I could get to, you know what, I can just write and type in 50, okay? So that way I just kind of like where that is. Now we also have other adaptive presets. You all have these. So that is the thing that I love to also call out is there used to be a time where as a photographer, and I've been doing this for over 8 years, where I would either have to just make my own presets, which I still do now, or maybe buy presets from somebody else. They weren't always just embedded like this. So I love these adaptive presets because they have them for portraits for light skin, medium skin, dark skin, deep skin, excuse me. And I just love that you can just hover over and just see how it's,
wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So you can just hover over and just see the look that is going to bring to your image. And you can also do this, the same thing I'm doing here, you can do this on the Lightroom mobile app as well. So I just really love how, and sometimes, I know it says medium skin and he's like a deeper skin complexion, but sometimes I still hover over to see if there's anything that will stick out to me. And then there's black and white. We talked about black and white earlier. If I wanted to come and change that and have a starting point, I could do that too. Wow. And that is just what all of this is. It is a starting point. It's not meant to be, I'm done, at least for me. If you choose to be done, cool. I use it more so for a starting point to see where I want to go. So those are the adaptive presets. So I'm going to come here. Let's just see. There was one that I went, to, and I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this one. He's a little bit too red, but I can fix that later on. But I just really like how deep. I want to keep this photo very deep. I like the harsh shadows and the lighting in here. I just feel like it's very, I don't know. It's
like moody.
Moody.
Yeah,
yes.
moody.
That's the word.
It's moody.
Moody.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to make any basic adjustments, I could do that here. Like if I wanted to increase, which I do not. I like the moodiness. I like how dark it is. I don't want to add any contrast, but if I wanted to, I still kind of could. I could add a little bit of contrast if I wanted to. And with that, sometimes when I add contrast, I might remove a little bit of shadows. And there is no science I have to this as well. I just go around and I just play around with everything until I see something that I like. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just looked at the chat. Keith, Keaton's in every single live stream because this model's name is Dang. So thank you so much for saying that. Yes, his name is Dang. So that's why I mentioned I edited this photo in the previous stream and I gave a shout out to the model. And so yes, their name is Dang. So shout out to Dang. And Dang, these photos are coming to you by end of week, okay?
Yeah.
If you watching this stream.
If you watching this stream,
If
they're
you're
coming
watching
your
this
way.
stream, they're coming your way,
I'm like,
okay?
"Oh, where are my photos?"
But yes, so they're coming. I'd like to take my precious times, but you know, they're coming.
Peter asked, so these are all her presets?
No, so these you will have access to. These are Adobe's presets in Lightroom. I did not create these. So the ones up here where it says user presets, those are me. So I'm just gonna hide those. All of these adaptive profile, adaptive profile, adaptive sky. If you had a sky in your image, you could do, the generative AI will go ahead and, focus on the sky, make the change based off of the preset you pick. The deep skin, the portraits, all of this that I'm scrolling down and listing out for you guys here are all included. So you should have access. You see there's seasons, there's food, all of this you will have access to. So if you haven't already paid attention to it in Lightroom, please go ahead and do so. So, all right, we're not gonna spend too much more time in Lightroom. We're gonna go into Photoshop in a little bit. I'm gonna bring down the reds a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it here. I could do more, but I really have been incorporating Photoshop into my editing process a lot more. So I'm just going to send this over to Photoshop. And I love how, again, all these apps, they work very well with each other. So I'm just gonna right click, edit in Adobe Photoshop 2024. Oh, not the beta. Okay, hold on. Not the beta. Okay, it's because the beta is open. So we're just gonna quit this for now. Ignore that, forget you didn't see it. I'm gonna come back to it, okay? We will have to open up the application later on. So edit in Adobe Photoshop, and then now it's gonna open in Adobe Photoshop. It might take a second to do so.
Good things take time.
Yes, good things take time. These are some client photos you're looking at. So let me send it one more time. I get a little bit.
Time and see.
I get impatient, y'all.
Yeah. Time is money.
Time is money. You know what? Let's just quit. Photoshop's probably like, girl, just give me a moment to do what I need to do. All right, let's see what happens now if I just let it do that.
Yeah.
And I promise you it's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be there.
Bang.
Oh, come on.
Woohoo.
I'm just going to go ahead and make that full size for you guys so you can see it. Bam. So now I already feel like we are in a very, very, very good place right now. This is already so beautiful. But first thing I always do in Photoshop is duplicate your background, okay? If you make any changes, you don't like something, you don't want to not have the original version of whatever image. You don't want to accidentally save it and now you've lost the original. So I always duplicate the background so that way if I want to delete everything, I can come back to at least where I started. So with this, if I wanted to play around with, let's say the background, one of the things that I've talked about in the past is I love to do gradients. If y'all do not focus on gradients, you are missing out, okay? You're missing out. So I could come and select the subject and do all that. I ain't got time for it. I'm going to use these generative aspects, okay? I'm going to do, let me see if I can I move this little box over? I think I can. Yeah, so you guys can see that there. Cool.
There we go.
So I'm going to select my subject. Great. Pretty good there. Then I'm going to invert it. So I'm going to Command-Shift-I on my MacBook computer, and you can see that it inverted the selection for me, right? Then I'm going to come over here to the gradient tool, click on gradient. I already have a gradient selected, but because you can go in and change the colors, but they have a number of different gradients. There's basics, there's blues, there's pinks, reds, oranges. Let's see what oranges is giving us because we have like an orange vibe. Let's see. And then this, I clicked, I think I'm on the radial. Radical? What is it called?
Radio?
Radio?
I think it's radio. Yeah.
Radio. I said
Yeah.
radical.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
Radio. Okay, and then I'm going to just drag out. And I really like how that purplish, that kind of like a sunset.
Yeah.
I feel like it really adds to the color. It complements his what he's wearing, the green, right?
Yeah.
But I will say it's a little too harsh. I don't want it like so like here's the gradient. So I like to always reduce the opacity. So that way it just kind of calms down and it also blends with the background now. So you see how like just in doing that, excuse me, if I go ahead and click on and off, we've just added a little bit of a gradient. And I feel like it's given like a, when I look at this photo and I look at the lighting of it, I'm thinking of harsh lighting, maybe somewhere out in the desert, you know, a Sahara kind of vibe, especially with the green and the yellow that we were having before. So I like adding that kind of orangey, reddish tones into the background because I feel that it's very on brand for this image, right? So it's just a simple change like that. Took us from there. Let me make that big for you. Took us from there to there. Yeah. So if I felt like, oh, I want a little bit more of the red, I can pull back so it's less of the yellow. If I wanted to, however I wanted to do, I could do that. If I didn't like that specific, excuse me, y'all. If I didn't like that, the radio, I could come here and do a linear as well. I'm gonna select my subject again, inverse, and just drag out. I could do that if I felt like that was better. Again, I always bring down the opacity, so it just kind of blends, opacity and the fill, so it blends in with the background. I personally liked the other option a little bit better. I just feel like it just, I don't know, it just felt really balanced.
More the sunset vibes.
Yeah, it's more of a sunset vibe. So I'm just gonna kind of bring it there. And then again, if I wanted to reduce, and it's just gonna blend with what was already there, but you can see we've already added a little bit into there. So I'm gonna re-shift that so I can see everything. All right, great. So now we have a gradient added in there, and that's a recent feature. I did a pro tips a couple of weeks ago about that. So if you guys don't know about that, the gradient tool was always there. It's just more enhanced now, and I think it's a lot easier to use now that you can have like the select subject option to kind of make things a bit easier for you and cleaner too. This photo is nice. It may have to go on Instagram.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to send it to Dang and post it today. This is nice.
Dang's gonna be impressed.
He's gonna be impressed, and he's gonna say, "Idara, where are my photos?" And we shot this, I think, almost, if not a month by now. So. But this was a creative project, so I will say this was not for a client. So if you're looking to hire me, I do have a fast turnaround time of a week to week and a half. But the creative work, I tend to take a little bit more of my time because I like to see where things speak to me. And I find that, I don't know if you do this, but if I can't just sit and edit in one sitting.
Yeah.
So I might come to this image and then come back like, I don't know, like,
Days later. Sometimes, yeah.
In this case, it was a couple weeks later,
yeah.
but it may be a couple of days just to let it marinate, because what you may have thought that you really liked a couple of days ago, you may really hate. So I did try editing this photo, and I was just like, I don't know what direction I want it to go in, but obviously being here with y'all, I'm just like really liking what this is giving already.
Yeah.
So I am going to start off with creating adjustment layers. I love to do selective color. If you know me, I talk about selective color far too much. But I just think that the difference between, for me, with Lightroom and Photoshop is Lightroom, you can edit color, right? So if I go back over here, you do have your HSL sliders where you can focus on adjusting the hue, saturation, and luminance. However, I feel like it's just very targeted, right? You don't really have as much freedoms to add colors within the colors, if that makes sense, right? So if I'm focusing on the reds, it's just the red. If I'm focusing on the orange, it's just the orange. Whereas with the selective color, when I'm focusing on the reds, I'm focusing on the cyans, the magentas, the yellows, all within the reds. If I want to focus on the yellows, same thing, the cyans, yellows, magentas, and you just really realize that you have a huge range that you can focus on when editing your photos and editing the color of your images. And so when you play around, then you kind of can see, you can kind of get a little bit more creative and see what you can do there, right? So let's see, if I'm focused on the reds, you can see we have reds not only in the background, but we have reds in his skin. So if I bring up the cyans way too much, it's too much. Like his skin complexion that was there is gone. It's too red. It doesn't look like him. If I took away the cyans completely, I do like, because he's he's dark skinned, so you can see his complexion is there, but we've now removed everything in the background, which I don't want to do. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to delete this layer. I'm going to select my subject again. If I wanted to, since there's no reds in his green shirt, I'm not going to like deselect, the shirt. I'm just not going to do that right now for time. But I'm going to come back here to selective color. And I really liked when I removed the cyans, how deep his skin was. So I'm going to bring this up here. You can see that before and that after. So now I'm just focusing on the reds that are within him and the skin. I'm just kind of separating him from that background, which makes it really, really easy. And that way you have a bit more control on what you're editing, opposed to feeling like you have to do both at the same time. And I find that in Lightroom, you're doing everything. Whatever reds are in your entire photo are being impacted. Whatever oranges are in your entire photo are being impacted. But in Photoshop, you can create separate layers and kind of separate one aspect of your photo from something else, and it makes it a lot easier to work with.
Wow.
I hope y'all, this is y'all learned something. Like,
I mean, Keys in the chat, whole new level with just that one change, which I totally agree. It makes a huge difference. It's incredible, just like what moving a slider can do to an image. Just a small edit,
like
but a huge impact.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So I'm gonna leave that where it's at. I'm gonna come back to selective color. I usually just play around and just look at what other colors I have. We have some greens, obviously the green in his shirt. I'm not gonna adjust anything else or make a specific selection for the shirt because there is no green in the background in his skin. And when you're focusing on skins, you're usually going to see that the yellows, the oranges, and the reds are what are going to be likely to impact someone's skin, regardless of skin tone or complexion, right? Just because naturally those are the colors that are, really fall into all of our complexions. So when you're editing, those are the colors that I really try to, when I'm editing those colors, and if I don't want to impact the skin or if I want to focus on the skin, I make a specific layer for. But if there's only one independent color in the image, then I'm just going to edit it, not make a specific selection for it because I don't need to.
Right.
Same thing here. So that's what you're seeing here with the greens. But if I wanted to edit the yellow in here and in the background, and if there happened to be slight tones of yellow in his skin, I would need to make that separation and create a separate layer for that. So we're just going to come in here and see what we want to do. And again, I just slide back and forth just to see what I like, what I don't like. I feel like I like everything to look very just deep and rich, and rich is the word.
Rich, yeah, moody.
Moody, yeah.
Yep, so good.
And then lastly, if I come down here to my greens, and I go back down here, if I had whites in here, I usually go to the whites to add some colors to the whites, which is just the highlights. There's whites in his eyes, but I'm not going, and there's obviously highlights on his face, as you can see here where the light kind of fell, but I'm gonna leave that as is, where it was naturally. I'm gonna come down here to the blacks. There are a lot of shadows in this image, so I'm kind of curious to see what can I do to kind of add some color. Will it add anything to this image or will it take away? So I can just kind of slide, and you can see that it's adding a little bit of color there. I can slide back and forth and just play around. If I felt like I liked something but it was too much, like I kind of like the artistic vibe of this, but maybe it's too much, I'm just gonna pull back on the fill, pull back on the opacity. So it's like slightly there, but not too much. So I could play around with that too. I love to mess around with opacity because you may want something present, but you don't want it to be overpowering as well. So that was just me kind of coming in here, playing around with the blacks, and that's the blacks are adding those colors to your shadows. The whites are adding the colors to your highlights. Neutrals, I don't really mess with neutrals like that, girl, so I can't really tell you too much about it, but it's just messing with the neutral areas. I don't know.
It's doing something.
It's doing something, so you can see that there, but I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to go back to where I was, kind of like where that's fallen. And just in a couple of click clacks and this and that.
Yeah.
We've gone from what we had in Lightroom to that now in Photoshop. So if I wanted to make any further adjustments, if I felt like, okay, let me come back to the gradient, maybe I want to move it around or bring a little bit more color in, maybe it's a little bit too much, I want to bring down the opacity a bit more and just kind of balance that out, I could do that. But you just have a lot of flexibility there. And so that is that image there. And I'm going to go ahead and let me just export it.
Yeah.
And export as. Hopefully don't bring somewhere up on my desktop. My desktop is pretty much a mess, y'all. So let me just tell y'all there. My export settings, I'm going to export to JPEG. I always increase the quality to high just because why not? And I'll say Adobe Live image of dang. So we got that image there. We're gonna go ahead and export it, and there it goes. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is you can also create your own presets in Photoshop, right? So if I had another image in here, which, look at that. I do have another image of the same photo set, right? If I wanted to come back in here, one thing about editing in Lightroom, like if I wanted to copy the settings from over here, I just would Command C, copy, and then paste it right there. And it's gonna copy over what we did on that image, which wasn't much, but it'll post over here. Which usually in this case, if you're shooting in somewhere where like the lighting is kind of similar, I just copy and paste, and then sometimes you may need to make certain adjustments. Like it's just very slight, but I can go ahead and edit in and also throw that photo into Photoshop as well. So now we got that in here. Now you can see here all the group things that we have. I'm gonna have to redo the gradient because I selected a mask with this position where his body is facing me. So if I copied the mask over, it wouldn't work. But I could just copy over anything that didn't have a selection, or I could create a preset. So if I click here, hold on. I think if I'm remembering correctly, if I just hold these two and click create preset, let me say preset 1, and then it'll save the preset. So if I come over here and go to my adaptive presets, I'm gonna copy my background so you guys can see the difference. This is the preset from before. It's very slight, but you can see it copied over all of the adjustments that I made. So in Photoshop, you can also create your own presets, which is really nice because, can you put the bar to the right?
Yeah, you can pin that bar to the right. Click the 3 dots, pin bar position.
What bar?
I think it was the one that we were using earlier that you shifted over.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
What bar? I don't forgot about that bar.
I was in the past.
I forgot about it completely. I was like, a bar.
But thank you, Robert. Thank you for the
Yes,
tip
yes,
for sure.
yes.
And then I also want to say, Milton says, Adara, you are so amazing.
Is that my friend Milton?
Oh,
Hey, Milton.
We got to see your face in the
Milton
chat.
actually was we shot this project together actually. So Milton, what's up? You know, thank you so much.
Shout
for
out,
joining.
Milton.
Every time I do these lives, Milton is like, you never tell me in enough time. So this morning I woke up, I sent him the direct link. I said, you got a couple of hours to join.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. But yes, you can create your own presets in Photoshop as well. So that way, if you have multiple images that come from the same photo set, you can do that. And so if y'all have any suggestions for any of the photos, let me know. I have some other photos that we'll play around with too.
Awesome.
And then we talked about scheduling posts in Express. So I am telling myself I have been MIA on Instagram for a minute. That stops today.
Yeah. You heard it here first,
That
everybody.
stops
We're holding
today.
her accountable.
I must post something on Instagram today, and it may be these photos.
Oh my gosh, yes, please. Grace us all with this magic.
I will. I definitely will. So I'm going to come here and add the same gradient that we had before. So I'm going to click here, select my subject. It's going to make the selection for me. Command-Shift-I, invert. I already have the radial tool. I'm on the gradient map, or the gradient tool. I'm just going to pull that out.
Wow.
So like right there. And then let me just go back and reference what I did for the opacity fill, 50 and 47. So I'm just gonna come and add those in, see if I feel like that falls for the same here. And I really like the way that looks.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so good.
One thing.
Wow.
Listen.
What a difference, hey?
I'm telling you, Adobe, y'all really ate with this feature. I'm not gonna lie, y'all really ate with that gradient tool. It's so good. I love it. So, and then what did I do here? This is when I was messing with the skin. So I'm gonna come here and go back to my properties so I can see, I think we were in the reds. So those are my adjustments. I'm not gonna copy this directly over again because I made a specific layer or selection for it. So if I were to like, even just, let's say, duplicate the layer over to the new image, you guys will see that shadow there. So
Although, kind of interesting.
I know, right? I kind of like it.
That's interesting.
I feel like if I could combine, I feel like it's screaming combine the images. Which,
yeah, I think it is.
Is it?
It is.
Because I really like the way that looked.
That might have been a sign. Like
That, I think, you know what?
that was what we call a happy accident.
Happy accident. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to finish editing this photo and let's see if we can combine it in a way that that looks nice. Okay, I didn't mean to do that inversion. There we go. So I'm gonna go back here, selective color, go down to my reds. Bam, I'm here. We're here in the reds. Okay, so then we're gonna go 34. So the lighting is pretty much the same. He's facing I think he was facing the light more, as you can see here, how his face is really lit up, opposed to there was like the shadow and the shadow down here. So the shadow is more so on the side of the face, but for the most part, we should be fine. So I got 34, I think that was a -6, 29 and 23. 29, 23. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. All right, perfect. So I really like the way that looks. And again, when you're editing multiple photos, you really want to create cohesiveness if you can. Just because, especially if you're going to put this on Instagram, and if that was what we were going to do, which ultimately, yes, I told myself that is what we're doing. Yeah. You want it to be able to flow and to fit, right? And so we've done that. And then, so now we've kind of, everything that's on here, when there's 4 layers there, is on here. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do here.
We got a couple suggestions from the chat. So
Yes.
here's what we got. Keys
Yes.
said perhaps a teal or a blue shirt, or maybe even purple. So changing the shirt color up.
Okay.
And then I believe we had another one that said, Alexis, can we add a cool doodle background with a generative fill?
Ooh.
So there's a couple of different recommendations.
All right. Let's look
very
at that.
artsy.
Yes,
We're
very,
going artsy.
Very, very artsy. Okay, so let's start there. Let's do the shirt first, and then we'll move to the generative fill and see what we can add in the background, right?
Yeah.
So let's do the shirt. So I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna make a selection of the shirt. Actually, see, that's gonna let me do that. Bam, we got the selection. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on my layer mask. Oops, sorry. Come down here to my adjustment layers, and I think I'm gonna come down to hue and saturation to see how I can really see how far I can push this green into, what was it again, a blue?
Yeah, he said blue or purple.
Blue or purple.
Teal, or purple.
Okay, cool. Let's come down here to the greens, and let's just see what happens. So let's see, if we move this here over to the blues, increase the saturation. And I can go a little bit further to make it more. It still has, it's kind of a deeper tone, of course, because of I like changing the color of the shirt.
It's really interesting.
I
really like it.
I really like that. Oh, wow. Hold on.
That's incredible.
Now you can see over here, I had the selection over there, I thought, but I'm wondering if it's just too much, I may have to come in. What am I clicking?
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
I was trying to click on the mask. Let me see if I can brush it in. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm adding a black brush. I'm doing a black brush. Okay, if I'm on the mask and I'm on the white. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't. I think everything is already selected, so it's not letting me. And if I were to come and erase. Okay, yeah. So I'm not understanding this. I'm wondering if it's just the color separation, but I do like this purple. Okay, so maybe we're just pushing it a little too far. Let's go back to the greens, bring down, and see where it falls. So this is where it kind of, you can see here, this is as far as it wants us to go. Once we go into that purple territory, it's like, that's just too much. And same thing with this other way, but if I wanted to either make the green more saturated, I can, or change the hue of the green. Or move into like a bit of a teal, but not too far, and increase the saturation a bit. I could do that. Let's go ahead and let's just duplicate the layer. What will happen if I duplicate it?
Let's see. Key says, remember to use the new adjustment preset panel. Good reminder.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so we do have the adjustment presets here. So that's, Keys, you are ahead of the game. Listen,
on the ball.
Keys says, show me everything.
Keys doesn't miss.
Says, show me everything, okay? Yeah, so we also have the new adjustment presets, which are all new options that are in here if you guys wanted to add in any of these to kind of see what they do to your image. Ooh, this is nice.
That is nice.
This is nice.
Yeah. That's very nice.
Keys.
See, this is why you riff. This is why you keep coming back, right? You keep playing.
Do you know it's crazy? Keys, you've been having the suggestions all day, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to send me a message because I need to understand what you do. Are you are you a photographer? Are you a designer? What are you? Because you've been giving suggestions all day.
Keys is the MVP of the day.
I
MVP
love it.
Of the day.
Even the black and white, if I wanted
so
to do
good.
that. I just really love how make it bright. Ay, wow. I didn't mean to. I didn't think this is where we were going with this image. I didn't even think we were going to be here for this long, you guys. What's going on? I really like the way that sits. Let me come here. Let me group this together to see the before and after. I just really like how it made it pop more. Yep. So we added the adaptive resets in here so that way we could play around with that. And so, Keys, thank you so much for that.
Fire.
Yeah, you on fire.
We love a humble person.
Listen,
Humble king.
humble king.
Queen.
King, queen.
Yeah.
We love it.
We love it.
Oh, yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
It hits.
Yeah.
It gives.
It's so striking.
Yeah.
It was striking to begin with, but adding these elements and these adjustments are just, it's completely elevated it.
No, wow.
Completely. Keys is the bee's knees.
You are the bee's knees.
Agreed.
Okay? You're the bee's knees. So I love that.
So good.
Oh, yeah. That's my stopping
incredible.
point. That's my
it.
stopping in point. We're done.
We're done.
All right, Keys, no more suggestions.
That's it. That's it. So good.
Unless you got something that really going to turn it up a bit more. But this, I think, what do y'all, and I already exported this photo, but we're going to export it again.
Yes. Absolutely. We got to make sure we have the most recent version.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click export. If it's going to let me export it. Okay, and then I'm just going to say Adobe Live of dang. I might have called, I guess I called it something else. So I need to remember what I called this. I was trying to replace the other file, and then I'm going to export this one, export as. And then we're going to go ahead and bring up the quality again. Because, why not?
Yep. We want high quality over
We want
here.
high quality. I don't care how big the file is. I really don't care.
That's my computer's problem.
Exactly.
That ain't my problem.
My computer's problem, or my hard drive's problem. It don't got
Computer's
nothing
just
to
shaking.
do with me, okay? If my computer wants to start shaking and shivering, I don't care, all right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so Adobe Live of Dang 2. So I'm going to be sending Dang these photos. I'm going to text it to him and say, hey, I'm going to post this today.
Yep.
So,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
these are absolutely beautiful.
Fire,
All right,
so
perfect. So we're going to leave these as they are. We will schedule a post in a moment once we get towards the end of the stream. But I figured that one of the things I wanted to show y'all as well was the beta app. So in Adobe Photoshop beta, there are some new updates that have come out this week, I believe. So I cannot say I'm an expert in it, all right? I was just curious to see what it would look like. So I have this image here, and one of the things, there's a number of different things that you can do. I think there was like an approved update to like generative AI and fill and expand, which is specifically powered by Firefly. So you can do that. There's generative image. There's also like a reference image point as well. And then there is some update to generate your background and changing your background to like seamlessly being able to change your background, and it will match kind of the lighting that you have in your image, right? So I am now in the beta app. So if y'all want to be able to download this, please go into, if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, you can download that to play around with. I have this image as well, another shoot that I did about a month ago. I did these shoots all around the same time. I spent some money on some studio time. The owner of this studio really came into my pockets, okay?
Darn went hard.
I
in
went
March.
hard. I said in April was almost done, so I told myself I have to start posting and sharing new work. And it's been a while for me as a creative that I've just done work for myself.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the times we're just always doing, client work. And I think that is great because we love client work.
Yes, we love that.
We love that for us.
Yeah.
But also being able to be creative in your own way and allow yourself to come up with new ideas and practice and work on your skills too. So I really, really try to challenge myself to do that because I found that I was spending so much time doing client work that I wasn't creating on my own.
Absolutely.
which we don't want. We do not want it. So we have this image here. I did not make any adjustments in. Actually, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this. We have some time. So let me go back to Lightroom. So these photos are good for now. We have that image here. So let me just come in here and do some quick adjustments to it, and then I will put it into beta. So let's see, again, landscape, portrait, Vivid. Ooh, Vivid is really nice.
Yeah.
Vivid, we're going to go to Vivid.
That jumpsuit was, yeah.
That suit, it just pops out.
It's so good.
I'm going to come in here, enhance the eyes, which are, her eyes are small. You can't really see it, but I always enhance anyway. Bring this down a little bit. You can't, she ain't got no teeth out. If I wanted to do no pop of her, I feel like that's too much. I'm just going to go over these adaptive presets, see if anything kind of blows my mind. I'm cool for now, but let's just come in here, brighten it. Let's see. And I'm moving a little fast here, so I apologize, y'all, but just focus on just making any kind of adjustments to your basic adjustments. So all I did here to get from here to here was change my color profile and make some quick toning changes, right? With my exposure, my contrast, etc. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit in Photoshop, and I think it should take me to beta.
Yep.
Yeah.
It opened.
It opened. Nope. It put it in see? Okay, let's do this. So we're going to close. Okay. We're going to save these files.
Yeah.
Because make sure you save everything you do.
Yeah, we've all learned that lesson at some point.
Girl. we have all at some point in our game lost something.
Lost a lot of something.
Lost a lot of something, okay? All right, let me see here. All right, let's go in here, edit in Adobe Photoshop, and yep, open in beta.
Here we go.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you can see here when I open it up, you can see that you can, next generation of AI is here, and you can get started, and you can really explore a lot of the new features in here. So if I click get started, because clearly it doesn't want me to add this image in yet, you can see here that there's a lot of details as to what you can do and the new changes and playing around with that, which is not what I want to do right now, because I want this photo to go into beta. Come on. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna quit beta. We're gonna open up beta. You know what? No, because it's programmed to go straight into, where's my applications? Sorry, y'all see my desktop and you've seen.
This is reality right here.
This is reality.
This is real life.
It is.
We love
it. You know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and edit in Adobe Photoshop 2024, and let's see if it opens up beta. And if it doesn't, did it?
Are we
yes,
in?
it did.
Yeah, it's in.
And
it's in.
look at that, 3 times. It's here 3 times. It's literally here. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. See, I said this earlier where I was like, oh, I feel like I move too quick. I don't give like the applications the moment to just
That
think.
might be true.
Oh yeah.
Adobe programs are like, oh my god.
Like, relax. Like, let me just give me a second. Like,
I'm working. I'm beta.
Gosh, I'm beta. Like,
I'm not even fully launched yet.
Stop treating me like I'm out here on the streets already, because I'm not. I'm discreet with it. Like, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use. So I talked about just. You guys, I want to encourage y'all to use the Photoshop beta and explore all the different features. So the updated versions to the generative fill and background, the powered by AI, with Firefly being incorporated a bit more, generative image, reference image, etc. So I really wanted to try out the background. I was just really curious to that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click on remove background, and let's see what it does. I'm going to let it think.
Yep. Give it in a minute. Keith is right. Yes. Well, beta for a reason,
beta
isn't it?
for a reason.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's removing the background.
Here we go.
Has it removed the background?
Yep.
Did it remove the background?
I think it's on that mask.
Oh, okay.
And now you got the other layer.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to click generate background.
Yeah.
And I should be able to type in something and it'll change the background seamlessly. So,
yeah. What are we thinking?
I don't know.
What's the vibe for
I
this?
feel like let's just go crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do like another like like a red backdrop or let's put her in a location. I'm
thinking
curious.
like the Amazon or something.
Oh.
Like I want some greenery just because I think that'll complement the suit.
So, okay, what
Like
should we say?
I don't know, Amazon forest or something.
Forest, does it have 2 R's? Yeah, it does.
I don't think so.
Does it have one?
Wait, does it?
Does Forest have 1 or 2 R's?
Oh no, this is not. This is why we need like.
It's
2.
Is it 2?
I don't know. It's 1.
Woo!
It's 1.
So sorry, y'all. All right.
I think the name Forest has 2.
The name
We're talking Forest Whitaker.
Yes,
That's 2.
yes. Okay, all right. Thank you. I knew Forest somewhere. There was a Forest with 2 R's. That's all I do. Let's see. Let's say Forest, Amazon Forest.
Yep.
Do I need to say backdrop?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna.
I think it'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
And
Let's
just
see
gonna
what
let
it
do
gives us.
All right. So we're gonna see what it brings up.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give it its time to generate, because we patient. We are practicing patience.
Yes, we are.
Oh
dang.
Okay. And I like that. Okay, so we have different options here.
Ooh.
The tree behind her.
Interesting.
So we have different options in there. And if I click generate again, I can let it generate a couple more options as well.
Yep. Ooh.
And just kind of see what that looks like and play around with it more. And I just think that's really cool that that there is a way to incorporate that into the photo.
Totally.
I also was feeling like a dunes.
Oh.
What do I say? Dunes.
Just dunes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get.
Keys also says graffiti style.
Ooh.
It's like a concrete wall with graffiti.
Ooh, I love that.
That's a cool idea. I love that idea.
Because now we're in the desert.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we got a little desert vibe going on.
Yeah.
Oh, so we said graffiti. Spell graffiti for me.
Graffiti.
See, I was like, is it 2 F's or is it 1? I get it.
We're back to the F's. Is it 1 or? Oh no, it was R's before.
I said graffiti streets.
Graffiti. Yeah, graffiti, or like concrete wall.
Okay. Concrete wall
with graffiti.
I
don't know. Sure, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Listen, because I told y'all the last stream, I struggle with prompts.
Yep. It takes a minute, right? It takes a minute.
It absolutely does.
Yep. It takes a minute to think of them.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I like
is
that.
Cool.
That is that's really nice and edgy. So if you all wanted to play around with that, I was curious. So I saw the new features yesterday and I was like, you know what? Let's just see what it does. You know? So y'all can play around with that a bit more. If I wanted to keep it the studio vibe, maybe let's pick a color. What color do we think would complement this outfit? So it was white before.
Yeah.
Do we want to do like a
I don't know what goes well.
I don't know what does. Maybe a green. So green.
Sure, let's try green.
So just green, seamless backdrop.
Yeah. Let's see what that does. See what it does for us. Yeah, like a nice deep forest green or something.
Ooh,
that could be nice.
Yes.
Nobody knows the spelling on that. Yeah. Yeah. That makes us feel better. Thanks, Keith.
What are you doing?
Oh.
I like that, but hold on, wait.
Interesting.
Okay, what's this one?
It's kind of cool though.
It's like a unique, and if I wanted to, you know what I could do?
What?
Let's delete this for now because it's looking at it, it's giving me a headache. I can just kind of bring down the opacity and add texture into what was originally there too, and make it a whole thing. If I were to come and clean in the selection, so y'all can do a lot.
Yeah,
y'all can really do a lot. So I'm gonna leave that for now, and I'm gonna leave it open and leave y'all with your curious natures to go and explore that a bit more. So now that we've done a lot of this, I'm going to have us open up Adobe Express.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! You know what's
She's
funny?
back.
She's back. She's back. So we're gonna make an Instagram post. I'm gonna resize this. I can't resize this to the full.
Like the portrait
version, no?
Yeah, they have it there. I saw Charmaine use it too.
Yeah. Instagram posts.
Was that towards the bottom, I thought, but Instagram story.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, portrait. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Resize it. Bam. I really wish that Instagram. So I shoot everything in what is this format? What is this? This is more of, I think it's like a 4x6. That's just what my camera, I have it set to. And the one pain point that I have with social media is that it always crop. So I try to
Yeah.
shoot things a little bit wider because I know if I'm going to put it on social media, this is what it would look like on my website. But if I were to put it on social media, then I know that I'm going to have to crop in a little bit somewhere.
Yeah. Or use Generative Expand. Saved my life a million times. When I don't have enough room, I'm like, okay, Generative Expand.
Yes, that's
come out
true.
of it, and it's so good.
Yes, you are so right. You are so right. And now I'm wondering.
Yeah, you're kind of like,
I'm like, huh? Should I do that? Let's do this. So we're gonna open up this, upload this image. As you can see here, I think I should be able to. I can't remember how there was a way for me to tap it and it would orient itself, but let's just bring this like here.
Yeah.
Bam. Yeah.
so nice.
I'm gonna add same size.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and upload my media again and do the second photo. Put it up in here, resize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
that's an engaging
That's
post.
the one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna rename this Adobe Live post of dang. Are we gonna post it right this second? No, my socials is not connected to this. I have not personally used scheduling yet. I've been wanting to. This is all part of my rebrand of Idara is gonna start putting out social media content again and posting her work, but has not done so. I think my last post was like, I think it was beginning of February or March.
Yeah.
So it's time.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
been a minute.
So we're gonna make an introduction back to Instagram today. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click the share button.
Yeah.
Like we talked about earlier. And you can see here, if I wanted to collaborate, I could. There's no need to collaborate here. It's just strictly an Instagram post. So it's pretty straightforward. Then I can click on schedule post. Bam. It's going to pull up for me. It's going to load my images. It should also include, if it doesn't include the second page, I don't think it will.
I think it does.
It should, right? It
Yeah.
should pull everything up.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
I thought
maybe
it
not.
would.
Maybe you have to manually add it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's all right. We can do that.
Yeah. We
It's
can put in a
seconds.
little
Yes,
work. It's
that's
fine.
fine. I mean, it's doing everything for me
Yeah.
already. So it's like, why don't you just work, Idara?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can try to.
Exactly.
All right, perfect. So we have
Nice.
the photos are in here. And then I could type in my little caption in here, schedule it out, publish it now, whatever I wanted to do. And yeah, that's just what that's looking like. I am going to post these photos like as soon as we get off the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. At this point, you owe the world this amount of magic.
I owe them.
It is absolutely
Yeah.
stunning. It was so good.
And I also probably, what I always like to do is I always love to do like a before and after type of ordeal.
yeah.
So like usually I'll take a photo and like cut it or like cut it in like half, I guess.
Yeah.
And like one half is the before and the other half is the after. So that's another thing that I usually try to add in here. But yeah, so let me know if y'all have any questions. I have more images, but I know we're getting towards the end of this stream, so there's a bit more. This actually is on my website, and so I'm just in a space right now as a creative of trying to shoot more, exploring studios, studio shooting, studio lighting, understanding lighting as well, shooting more beauty work. And so I have a lot of new work that I'm telling myself, and I'm saying today it will be posted. I will be posting my work. But yes, I hope if y'all have any questions, let me know. I mean, I can start on this one for a little bit too.
Sure. Just riff for a minute or so.
Just go bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam. I already
Yeah.
edited this one on my.
Yeah, let's see that.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
The photo is just so stunning.
Gosh, and she's so beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful, man.
That smile.
White in the teeth. This is the first photo with teeth.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go.
First photo with teeth.
Yeah.
Bam. So
oh,
it's.
my gosh.
If I wanted to pull back just a smidget, I could do that. I'm going to enhance her eyes too. Pull back a smidget as well. And then there we go. Just simple as far as that's our before and after with just the color profile
crazy.
change and adding the adaptive presets there. If I wanted to come in here, let's go to medium skin and see if there's anything here that kind of sits really well. I like all the contrast in this photo, so that's something that I definitely want to keep.
Yeah.
Is like
The depth.
The depth. That's
Yeah.
the word for it, because I feel like I find myself just navigating towards a lot of just contrast in general.
Yeah. Your personal
in the
style.
space. Yeah, my personal style. So, and then if I wanted to come in here and do anything else, I could. But
Awesome.
well,
Jack threw your Instagram in the chat.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Idara. It's been so much fun. If you miss any of the streams that were done throughout the day, you're not going to want to miss the replay. If you want to laugh, watch them back. It's been so much fun. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, thank
you were so
much.
talented.
Thank you for being such a great host. This was so fun.
It's so much fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us, and make sure you stay tuned for future streams.
Yes.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.